presented by Lerner and Rowe. Just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. So, Manuch, it is a lovely day in the neighborhood, and the heat is not as oppressive as what all of the snowbirds are screaming about. They're playing baseball right now downtown at the Yard, and the D-backs are just getting brutalized big time.
Yeah, they are. It's the last spring training game for the Diamondbacks before they head over to L.A. and take on the Doyers, and that being the Spanish version.
Dodgers.
Yeah, but, it's interesting because even though we're 20 or 25 degrees above normal,
yes,
that slight breeze, that cloud cover tends to make it feel, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 degrees cooler.
I'm looking out the window. I do not see any cloud cover.
Well, yeah, but we got a little bit of a breeze out in the southwest at 5 miles an hour. But, I will say this. We got March Madness.
Yeah.
We got baseball starting here on Thursday.
Right.
We got the Suns tonight. 10 games to go for this Phoenix Suns team. And then they got the Bucks, as you mentioned, with a little bit of some issues going on with the Bucks, that the Players Association not really happy with this Milwaukee Bucks team.
Well, they're playing Denver Nuggets tonight.
Right.
So, but the Bucks, you might remember when they played that game the other night.
Yes.
There was no Giannis on the court. Yeah. My brother from another mother, explain what is going on here.
Well, then the NBA Players Association is rebuking, as they say, the Bucks over their dispute with Giannis, implying that Milwaukee is tanking and damaging the NBA's integrity by wanting to shut down the all-star forward for the rest of the season. So, according to Shams Charania of ESPN,
right,
the Greek Freak refused what the Bucks request to sit out the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
So the two-time NBA MVP has remained adamant about returning to the court this season, believing he is not risking any further injury, and the sources have told ESPN. So in a statement this morning, the Players Association cited the NBA's anti-tanking rules, adding that the Greek Freak is healthy and ready to play. What a novel concept. A healthy NBA player wanting to play in a game.
Amazing.
It's amazing. But this Adam Silver's got to look at this and just say, okay, Milwaukee Bucks organization, we need to talk to you. Now, I hope it's not a he said, she said, where the Bucks go, well, at the time we just felt to protect our interest that we should shut them down. And here's Giannis going, wait a second, people. I can play.
He came back and played.
Exactly.
And he played well.
He's ready to play. He's ready to go. This is how ridiculous this got in the NBA. And if Adam Silver does not take a huge step, which it sounded like after Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Suns, came out with about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, roughly.
After the All-Star break. And they've got to dive into this because you got to play going, wait a second. I don't want to sit. I'm healthy.
Yeah.
And you got to know the NBA is going to question the ownership and Giannis. And Giannis is going to say, look, they came to me and they wanted me to sit. And because of the best interest of the team, versus Giannis going, look, they want to shut me down. I don't want to shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think this right now for Adam Silver, this little headache that happened this morning is going to continue on. And now on top of that, the Players Association, they want to challenge the 65-game minimum as far as getting the postseason accolades, the rewards, all of the above. So, hey, Players Association, I love that you guys want to play Giannis, but on the other side, you can't be doing your load management and missing games on purpose, wink, wink.
Yes.
And feeling like you can be up for awards if you don't play the minimum 65 games.
I thought Adam Silver doing the minimum 65 would take care of that, to be honest with you. And I think it has in a lot of cases. But right now, I don't know why that the Players Association would clap back against that, because the players themselves have not said really anything about that at all.
Yeah, and I think that it's kind of, you look at both of them coming out the same day.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the Players Association saying, look, we want to play.
Yep.
If we're healthy, we want to play.
Good point.
We just need to win more games. And then the NBA Players Association come back and say, but, oh, by the way, we want to play. But even if we miss games, this whole 65 thing is a bit much for us to be honored. So it's very contradictory. They got two separate things going on. So with the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis, just keep your eye on what Adam Silver is going to do.
So with the Nuggets in town tonight, you get a chance to look at the best player in the world right now, and that still is the Joker. Right now, Manuch, just before the show began, you were checking the injury list for the Phoenix Suns. I think you said there were 230 injuries. Am I close?
So far right now,
Yeah.
Out is Royce O'Neal.
Yep.
Grayson Allen. Looks like Coffey's out. Highsmith played, 10 minutes? He's out.
He's out.
Mark Williams out. And Dylan the Villain is also out. So you
Wow.
got 6 guys out.
Wow.
10 games to go. And it's very, very key that, you look at Allen's out again. And we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. This knee issue, I wonder is it a meniscus? Is it arthritis? Because he's on again, off again. And my contention would be, okay, let's just shut him down till the playing game. I highly doubt it. You can make up 4 games to get into the 6th position for the playoffs
I'm with you on that.
with 10 games to go. So just rest him, get that knee healthy. And Royce O'Neal, get him healthy. But you're taking on this Denver Nuggets team. And you look at this Denver Nuggets team, you're going, okay, they can put up points, as you kind of alluded to.
Right.
They're averaging about 120 points per game.
Yes.
And the Suns are averaging about 112. But the Suns have played some pretty damn good defense the last 3 games. But you got your boy, the Joker, coming in. Murray, Gordon,
Yep.
Watson, Hardaway, and then Johnson. Then you got basically 8 guys that average in double figures with this Denver Nuggets
That's
team.
correct.
But you look at that, they're giving up about 110 points per game. So they're at this point where unless they get their defense down like they did when they won the championship, that's when they got to work on. And then the Suns have got to work on their defense. They're averaging 112 points. So I don't know, with a handicap lineup, Jimmy, that the Suns have, basically here's your starters. Iguodala, who's playing pretty good.
Yeah.
You'll probably have either Dunn or Fleming start tonight, depends. Jalen Green, Booker, and Gillespie.
That's it.
That's it. There's your guys.
Yeah.
And then you look at the guys that'll be coming off the bench. Goodwin looks like he's going to be healthy. Now, he may start. He might, like he did about a week ago, he started.
He did.
So pretty much a shorthanded, I wouldn't say handicap, but a shorthanded Suns team versus a healthy Nuggets team, who, Jimmy B, is basically, when you stop and think about this Nuggets team and where they are in the standings, they're looking to basically continue to hold on to their playoff spot as well, too.
That is right. They don't want to give up any ground.
They don't want to give up any ground. So I look at the standings right now. I want to say there's 3 of them. Yeah, there's 3 teams that are battling for that number 6 spot. So you got the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Rockets. You got 4 through 6, but the Suns are 4 back. So they'll play, but it's just a matter of positioning, I would think, for your seeding. But I think they want to finish strong with their 10 games to go as well, too.
So I teased in the very open about Tiger Woods playing golf tonight. So they have the TGL. It was on last night. I watched some of it. It's going to be on again tonight. Tiger Woods has not played in any of the events. We all know why, with all of the injuries and surgeries that he has had. But he has stated, and we have seen video of Tiger Woods practicing in that simulator known as the TGL, and he is going to play tonight for the Jupiter team and hit golf balls, Manuch. He is out there already hitting every kind of shot that he possibly can, and he is going to play tonight. In your estimation, I know he has said that there was a possibility he might be able to play in the Masters. Is this just kind of like a little tease for everybody?
No, I think it's just him trying to get back to just playing, period. Now, you got the Houston Open that's going to come up with the week before.
It starts this Thursday.
This Thursday.
Yeah.
So if he was serious about the Masters, I think he'd have to play in a tournament to test everything out. Walking, turning, hitting. This is just in a simulator. This is just, I think, part of his rehab probably with his knee, his back, his neck, his shoulder,
Everything.
And so, yeah, if he can make the swings, he probably, I'm sure he's he's in good shape.
Oh,
As far as walking.
Yeah.
But I would think if he is going to test everything out in the Masters, let me put it about playing the Masters, I think he'd want to get as much testing in as he could right now. But I think part of that testing is you may want to go walk the course, go walk Augusta a couple of times,
Right.
to see how your stamina is, your swing is, and if you can compete, be competitive in the Masters tournament. So this might be a springboard to him, just how he feels as far as swinging, the back, everything else that he's
Okay.
had surgeries on.
Oh, man.
I think we'd all love to see him in the Masters.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can, the physical demands. Maybe he plays a practice round or two.
I'm
Maybe
sure
goes
he
9
would.
holes, walks,
Yeah.
rides. Maybe he really paces that. But I think he would really have to put himself through the paces at the Augusta with all the undulations that you and Roc have told me about.
Oh, man.
How high and how low.
It's up and down.
But I think if he wants, as competitive as he is,
Yes.
to be competitive on the golf course, I think he'd want to test that out and then play a round or two to make sure he's ready to go.
Hey, everybody, you know when it's game time? It's Big's time. That's Big's American Bar and Grill in Peoria. They have great food, cold drinks, wall-to-wall TVs to watch all of the sports. It is one of the best viewing spots in the Valley. It is Big's American Bar and Grill in Peoria. All right, when we come back, it is our replay rewind. We're just getting started. We're rolling all the way until 4 o'clock today. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
We get it. A meal shouldn't cost you nearly $20. And we agree. At Venezia's Pizzeria, lunch or dinner for under $10 is still a thing. And for an even sweeter deal, stop in and grab a Slice Rewards card. Get a stamp for every qualifying Slice special. 10 visits, 1 free qualifying special. Simple. And every Tuesday, we double your stamps. That's your free pizza twice as fast. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition with great rewards.
You applied to Grand Canyon University because you want somewhere fun and affordable, where hands-on classes and access to industry pros can help you build skills employers need, with the opportunity to graduate in less than 4 years. You want to feel seen, loved, called to more, to know you found your purpose. Make yourself the main character. Begin your story. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner and Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner and Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Most pedestrian and bicycle crashes happen early morning or at night. The leading cause? Drivers failing to yield. Since 2010, traffic fatalities for people walking and biking have doubled in Arizona. So stay alert and watch for bicycles and pedestrians. There's no such thing as accidents. Learn more about the risks at azdot.gov/no accidents. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Department of Transportation.
Now it's time for our replay rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in replay rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
So they're playing baseball right now downtown at the Chase Field, and the Diamondbacks are getting roped. It's not even close. Thank goodness it is the final preseason game, which leads us to our replay rewind. And here we begin with Corbin Carroll. Yep, he's on the field right now. We talked to him before that, and he says, hey, I'm good to go. Let's get this season started.
I feel good. Yeah. No issues right now. Feel healthy and good to go.
You know, you watched him, some of the highlights when he came back. He's hitting the ball hard.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like the hand is completely healed. The hamate bone looks like he's hammering the hamate.
The hammock bone's connected to the elbow bone.
And this is the last spring training game for the Diamondbacks against the Guardians here, as you mentioned. Down 4-0. Soroka struggling a little bit. When an inning and 2/3, Jimmy B.
And they already yanked him?
Yeah, he's given up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Had 3 Ks. So it sounds like he probably might be the 6th. What do you think, Les? Probably the 6th guy.
I think the
in
ninth.
the rotation.
I think he's the 9th guy in the rotation.
No, he'll be the 6th. He'll be the 6th guy, but he'll be the long. He'll be the long LONG reliever, like Josh Colmentor was when. Remember that the D-backs would get down like 25-2 after 3 innings. They bring in Josh Colmentor. So I think Soroka is one of those long relievers. Or one of those guys that pretty much may have to eat innings. What do you think, Laz? You're the baseball aficionado.
Yeah, I mean, he is a good arm. He was once a highly touted prospect. Throws a sinker-slider combination. Doesn't top really 94, 95 anymore. But he relies more on contact and soft contact, a ground ball pitcher, than he does on the strikeouts. But today, funny enough, he had the strikeouts and it wasn't soft contact. So who knows what we're going to get from him.
It wasn't soft contact.
It was
You're
hard.
damn right.
You know, the other thing, too, is this team is going into the start the season with no lefties in the bullpen. No righty, lefty, righty, lefty.
With that,
I don't, you know what? I've never heard of that before.
I haven't either.
I wish them well. But if you've got some guys that are just crushing it after 2 weeks that are left-handers and all you're throwing is righties at them, I would think you may want to have a lefty mixed in there somewhere. I don't understand that. I know that Torey Lovello probably spoke to that. We'll try to track that down. Why no lefties? His go-to line is, well, we feel pretty good about our bullpen where we're at. Where's your lefties at? Are you serious? I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Nobody in the bullpen is a lefty at this point in time. So,
Laz, you left-handed? You left-handed, Laz, right?
Yeah, left-handed at everything.
Okay, can you throw a 95-mile-per-hour heater?
Yeah, I think I still got it.
Okay.
I should have kept going.
Yeah, he'll put
I
that
quit
in
a little early.
He'll put that in a car going 95 miles an hour. That's his heater for that.
They might need me with that bullpen because I don't think they are most likely the only team out of all 30 that don't have a lefty arm in the bullpen.
I think they are.
You're right.
Shelled
Yeah.
if they don't have a
In fact,
lefty
we're
arm.
going to catch up with Bob Nightengale from USA Today
Yeah,
baseball
ask him
columnist at 1:30 and say, Bob, have you ever seen a team, maybe during the season, maybe one of the guys gets hurt, you bring somebody up.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever seen anybody start a season without a lefty in the bullpen.
Well, they have A.J. Puck, who will come back from Tommy John in a couple of months.
Sure.
We hope he'll be a lefty. And there must be, like you said, Manuch, a couple guys in the system who, if they're throwing it well early on, they'll bring up. Because you got to have lefties down there. It's not going to work otherwise.
Against the Dodgers? Come on now. Let's go. Come on, Torey. What the hell, over? All right.
Merrill Kelly was slated to be the opening day pitcher, but we all know what happened to him. He got hurt in spring training, and he is now rehabbing. But here's Merrill saying, hey, I'm getting there.
Okay. Body feels good. That's what really matters. Timing and, mechanically wise, still kind of building up. So there's definitely still some work to do there. But what's most important, obviously, is that arm feels good, back feels good. So moving in the right direction.
Feeling good as you get your second inning.
Yeah, still feels fine. Everything as far as physically wise still feel fine. Like I said, timing and mechanics and, obviously getting that pitch count up and getting the body used to game speed and game intensity and game pitch count. It's just going to come with time and with more games. But like I said, body and back and arm feel good. So that's what matters to me right now.
So he was on the bump yesterday. He had 2 innings. I gave up 4 hits, gave up 5 runs, all earned.
Yeah.
He had the 2 walks and the 1 strikeout, but he gave up 2 dingers. And to his point, he's just not there yet.
Oh, I agree.
So, with the back and the spasms and trying to just get all this figured out, maybe another week, maybe a couple of weeks, but he was feeling pretty good, but he got lit up fairly well yesterday when you give up 5 earned runs in just 2 innings.
So we all know that Randy Bennett is now the new head basketball coach at ASU. He flew into town today. He's meeting with everybody. So last night, the coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr, Manuch, help me out here because I vaguely remember this. You were here. I'm sure that you would remember it. Didn't Steve Kerr, as a player, weren't ASU fans just awful to him at one time?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they're awful to any U of A Wildcat as far as that's concerned.
But they were dreadful to him.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was, and there was a lot of that when you think about his father was killed over in, I believe in Israel. Yep. He was a professor in Israel and was gunned down or murdered. But, it's very sad that a lot of the fans, ASU fans, were that rude to him, especially after he lost his father while he was at U of A.
Correct. All right. So they asked him about Randy Bennett being the new coach at ASU. This is how Steve Kerr responded.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard the news. I mean, he's been there for so long, but I've known Randy for a while. I knew he was from Arizona, and I imagine it's something different, life change at this stage. Makes some sense, get re-energized and try something new. But I have not spoken with him yet, nor will I, because I hate ASU. But that's besides the point.
That's right. I love that. That was great.
The angst never dies.
Oh man,
that's why
awesome.
I can't say. I always got to say K-who.
Yeah,
versus
I know
K-U.
you do. Yeah, yeah. Here's more with Steve Kerr on Randy Bennett.
He's a great basketball coach. I mean, when you have that kind of success for that long at a place like St. Mary's, he figured out a lot of ways to be successful. The pipeline to Australia, but all in all, I mean, he just wins, and he's won there forever. It's a huge loss for St. Mary's, obviously, and so I'm sure the people in the Bay are sorry to see him go, but opportunity.
You're listening to all the pundits on ESPN talking about this, and they called Randy Bennett St. Mary's Moneyball of college basketball. Mm-hmm. You think of the Oakland A's, the Bay Area, what Bean did there in Oakland with the Billy Bean with the lack of money and them competing and going to the playoffs in the American League. And it's interesting because I think of Randy growing up here in Mesa, and his dad going to Westwood and coaching at Westwood and MCC, and then the great coach. But I mean, it's pretty nice weather up there in the Bay Area. It's like 55 to 65.
It's nice there. Moraga's a beautiful place.
I heard it is, and I visited several spots in the area. Hey, Randy, do you realize it's only 105 and it's March 24th today? Yeah, it's a cool 105. I mean, not that it's going to be shell-shocked, but his wife and family getting reaccustomed to the heat, but it's a dry heat, Randy, as you remember.
Until you get to the middle of July in monsoon season, and then it's unbearable.
It's interesting.
With the humidity.
You listen to all the pundits, and everybody likes this move.
Yeah.
And they think it's a needed move for ASU.
You and I both liked it. Roc liked it, and then after he talked to some people, we were out yesterday, and Roc talked to some of the guys at Toyota, Toyota, and they weren't enthused about it.
Well, I think it's one of the things I think is no matter I like his experience. I like what he's done with less.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. But I think bottom line ultimately is, can you go get a lot of the Europeans like you have? Can you pay for the top dogs here in the States? The portal, everybody's got to enter the portal by April 7th. So that's 2 weeks away. Mm-hmm. And then there's 1 week, I think 6 days exactly that you have to go dive into that portal. Now, it's almost like shopping. What can I afford? What can I afford? Can I go get, 3 prime filet steaks Or do I have to go get
Hamburger helper.
Say, yeah, do I go get hamburger helper or 5 sirloins or bologna?
Yeah,
What can I
yeah.
afford? So I just hope that Graham Rossini, as the AD, can help that along to help Randy
Chase Field, things have not gone well. They're getting blistered right now by Cleveland, but nobody cares. It's exhibition. In 2 days, Thursday, everybody will care. And the reason is it is opening day, Manuch, in Major League Baseball. D-backs at the Dodgers in Los Angeles.
Well, if you're going to open up, might as well open up against the best, right?
I might as well.
See what you have and what you don't have. And with this Diamondback roster, you got Zach Gallen taking the bump. He's going to be the one opening day starter. But you look at this team and you just go, okay, so the key, I feel, is the bullpen. A lack thereof, or whatever they have, not going to have a left-hander in the bullpen, at least for now.
At the moment.
At the moment, yes. So you look at this team and you just kind of go through it, and I feel they'd be pretty solid throughout as far as hitting. I don't think hitting is going to be a problem for this team. I really don't. But with Zach Gallen, Ryan Nelson, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Michael Soroka, who started today and got blistered today. But once Merrill Kelly comes back, hopefully Kelly comes back, let's say within a week or two.
I thought 2 weeks.
Yeah,
what
2
he
weeks.
was talking about.
He came out yesterday and got lit up, gave up 5 earned runs in just 2 innings, and that's a start. So again, early on in the season, just make sure your starters are good to go, and you work it from there. And I think the way we saw Erod throw against the USA in that final game for Venezuela was impressive. I really liked what we saw.
Yeah.
He's lost, 25, 30 pounds?
40 pounds.
Yeah, probably. He looked much leaner. He kept the ball down. Now, he only pitched 4 to third innings. And we all know what happens if he goes beyond 4 innings.
We have seen that.
He gets lit up
yes.
on a consistent basis. I think the other thing, too, with him losing the weight is staying in better shape, because it took him, it seemed like a good half a year. Like right after the All-Star break, he started to really be more consistent. He's getting paid a boatload of money.
Yes.
They got to get more out of him. I mean, they're really, I'd say stuck with him, but they're basically
stuck with him.
They've got to get more out of Erod. I thought Ryan Nelson had the best year last year. We all saw Zach Gallen up and down, up and down. He was a proverbial roller coaster. You got to hope that he is more consistent. And I think, again, just keeping the ball down and throwing strikes when it needs to. And it just seemed that Zach Gallen was one of those guys that would just blow up with at one of those innings where teams would just jump all over.
Mm-hmm.
But I think more than anything, it's going to be all about the bullpen. And that they're going to score runs. I really feel they'll score runs. Because you look at this lineup all the way through, and as we mentioned,
there's hitters there.
There's hitters there.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll's back.
Yeah.
He's striking the ball back pretty good. Looks like Jordan Lawler's going to probably be in left field. He'll start this year in left field. Proverbial infielder for many, many years. And he's done a good job. I've watched him a little bit as far as a lot of the highlights are concerned. And then you got Arenado. Now, the only thing is with Arenado at third base, outstanding fielder.
He is.
But can he capture the hitting, the power progress that he had some 4 or 5 years ago?
That's going to be the $1 million question. Last year, he was a .230 hitter and hit 12 home runs.
And you kind of go, well, they need to capture that from him. Now, his leadership in the clubhouse, I get all that.
I do too.
It's good to have that gap, but they got to get that production on the field. Ketel Marte, right now he's taking a couple days off just for, rest factors concerned. Matter of fact, they were saying that there was a time to check to see if he is playing this afternoon. I think he might be. Hey, Les, can you check real quick, see if Ketel's going to play? Because I think they were just kind of resting him and just seeing if he was going to be okay this afternoon. But on top of that, Perdomo had a heck of a year last year. Quite the MVP for this Diamondbacks team. Mm-hmm. Alec Thomas, if they can get his bat going again, that it was 2 years ago. But they've got the speed in the outfield between Carroll in right field, him in center field, and Lawler in left field. I think they've got the speed in the outfield. Laz, is he playing this afternoon?
He's not playing today, but he was a late scratch to their lineup today, and they fully expect him to be in the lineup on Thursday.
Okay. So that's good. And there's really nothing to really, push at this time. But the one area there that the one position that you look at, Carlos Santana. Carlos, is he 45, 46 now? Pushing 40 years old, outstanding fielder.
I like his music.
Outstanding fielder. And I think he's got the pop in the bat. But I think between he and Pavin Smith, you can alternate between DH and first base. Pavin Smith, another one of those guys, if he could just stay healthy for an extended period of time, I really like his bat in the lineup. And he was really playing well at first base. So between Pavin Smith and Santana, you really hope that those individuals can really be more consistent. And then you obviously got Tawa is pretty much a kid that can play that. He's a utility guy.
He's a utility
First base, second base, short, wherever you need a blow in that particular area. And then, Lawler can also give one of these guys a blow. He can come in and play the infield once you get some of the other guys that are healthy and some of the guys that are back. So the other thing, too, is when one of the things you look at is can they, as far as the pitching, sustain some of the things that they're going to need in those closing innings, the 8th, the 7th, and 8th innings where they gave up a lot of runs. And I remember the World Series year is when they really shut down other teams. That's where the All-Star break, they really started to correct that, shut teams down, and go win those close games during that World Series year where they beat the Phillies in the National League and went on.
But remember that they backed into the World Series playoffs with what took place, and then they caught fire. And that's what propelled them to get to the actual World Series matchup against Texas.
It's funny how baseball, and then last, it was 2 years ago, they missed it by one game.
Missed by a game.
Yeah. The other thing, too, is when Gurriel gets healthy off that knee injury, and if he gets back by the All-Star game. But bottom line, folks, it's all about your bullpen. It's all about your pitching. You can score, this team would have to outscore, what we said last year, 7-6, 7-5, which they had to do because of all the runs they were giving up. The ERA was off the charts.
It was off
last year.
It was off.
So, you look at this lineup, but then you got the Dodgers,
right?
And then you got the Padres, and then you got the Giants. So I would just hate to see this team all of a sudden, by the end of April, they're 5 or 6 games back. By the end of May, they're 12 games back. Because if that's the case, pretty much Katie barred the door, they're going nowhere fast. I don't care who comes back for the bullpen.
Look, the Dodgers are far and away the runaway favorite, but you're still going to have to contend with, just in the division, with the Padres and the Giants. That's just within the division, in the West Division. Then you still have to check out the East as far as wild card activity is concerned. And the Cubs are going to be there. Milwaukee's going to be there. Manuch's favorite team, St. Louis Cardinals, expect to rebound again. The Mets, the Braves. I mean, they're all going to be battling for that spot. I think the Phillies win that division, but I just think it's going to be much closer for some reason this season. I just think teams are a little more equal all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's the first couple months, if everybody's healthy, everybody's on board, is you just can't get too far behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, no, you have to stay in. Yeah, you got to stay in touch.
And you think about, again, that World Series year I keep going back to, where the Diamondbacks really they did a heck of a job as far as getting back on track. And then they faltered, and to your point, they snuck in the back door, where the year before they were red hot.
Yeah.
The first half of the season. And boy, did they fade like tissue paper in a rainstorm that second half of the year, and then they missed out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, who are these Diamondbacks? Who are they up front on the back end? So as I look at this Dodgers team, Yamamoto's going to start on the bump on Thursday,
right?
Versus Zach Gallen. You look at Snell, who's out for right now, Blake Snell, and then they got Shohei, who's looking to be a regular in the rotation. But from there, here's your starting lineup. You got Will Smith at catcher, Freddie Freeman. You got Edmund at second base, but he's out for now. So Mickey Rojas, the man with the plan, the hero of the World Series, Mickey Rojas. You got Muncy, Mookie Betts, Hernandez. You got the Andy Pages, who had a hell of a playoff run last year.
Yeah.
Then you got Kyle Tucker, and then Shohei's your DH. So that's a loaded lineup that this Diamondbacks pitching staff's going to have to contend with. And then this batting order's got about 3 or 4 dudes that really can come on but it's all about that bullpen too.
It is.
But that was one Achilles heel for the Dodgers last year, was their bullpen. But I tell you what, during the playoffs and the World Series, they were balls to the wall, and they got it done.
What were they, Manuch?
They were pelotas to the wall.
See, amigo. Hey, this segment presented by Twin Peaks. 5 Valley location. Manuch, where are we going to be Thursday?
Twin Peaks will be at the Tempe Twin Peaks in the Tempe market.
I love it. It's all powered by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Happy hour every day from 3 until 6. Michelob Ultra specials every Thursday at all of the Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. It is Twin Peaks. All right, when we come back, we're going to get into a little football at 50 and also on this day. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're hanging out today, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the Callaway Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 26th through the 29th. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force Base Brake Quantum Leap and distance off the tee. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there. Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WhiteToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WhiteToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WhiteToyota.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the Valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting. Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota on this day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody, we're back, like it or not. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon.
You're okay over there.
Well, I was trying to get out an hour early. I got stuff to do.
You're always trying to get out an hour early.
I got to hit the
You work
golf
6
course.
hours a week and you're trying to scat?
Well, you're killing me, Smalls. Come on now. Here we go, a little on this day.
Well, this was a fun run. Back in 1979, Indiana State, led by Larry Bird, advances to the NCAA championship game by squeezing past DePaul 76-74. Here's the numbers for Larry Bird. 35 points,
Yeah.
16 rebounds, and 9 assists. And the thing about this, not too many people in America saw Larry Bird playing on TV.
That is correct.
You might get, you saw the Sports Illustrated article on him, but it wasn't until they played Michigan State for the championship game against Magic. Right. I went, wow, this guy can play. I mean, he looked like he Frankenstein played, but he could move, he could shoot, he could pass. So beating DePaul was also huge as far as them moving forward. 2019, Rob Gronkowski retires. The 3-time Super Bowl winner. Here's his postseason record. Most receptions, 81.
Yep.
Did I mention this is postseason?
Yes.
Receiving yards, 1,163. And receiving touchdowns, 12 touchdowns in the postseason for one Rob Gronkowski. And this was a day a man got paid. 2019, 2-time American League MVP Mike Trout officially signed the biggest contract in North America's sports history.
Yeah.
$426.5 million, 12-year extension with the LA Angels, a cool $35 million per year.
And everybody went, what?
Yes.
And now 35 mil is just kind of, oh, okay.
And I want
Not
to
a big deal.
say probably 8 to 10 years prior to that, you had Albert Pujols, who signed a 10-year deal with the Angels at $25 million a year. So some 10 years later, you had a guy that's often injured, Mike Trout, signed one of the biggest contracts, if not the biggest contract in North American sports history. There you go, Jimmy. A little on this day.
I will add one more to it because one of our guys, Tom Chambers, on this day, he scored 60 points in the Suns win. Tom Chambers, 60. Manuch, why does he not get, in your estimation, some of the respect that other legends get? He was a terrific player.
Phenomenal player. And as a matter of fact, watching that game as you bring that up,
yeah,
going to the rack, stuffing it. He had all the moves.
Everything.
I mean,
yeah,
a guy 6'10", he could 6'10".
Yeah.
He could run. He could shoot. I mean, he was a phenomenal player. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the longevity wise. I mean, he was all that, but he is fortunately on the Phoenix Suns, Wall of Fame.
Right.
There over the MMC. So very good there, Jimmy B. On this date, what year was that?
1990.
Yeah, 60 points from TC.
There you go. All right, let's do a little football at 50. It's all presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. What do you got?
All right, Carter, give me some of that NFL love. Well, Jackson Smith and Jigma, the man got paid. Yeah. Now, he's the reigning NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He reached an agreement late last night on a 4-year, $168.6 million contract extension that makes him the highest paid wide receiver in a little history, NFL history, according to ESPN. So the deal averages $42.15 million per year and includes over $120 million guaranteed, both setting records for the wide receivers. Think about that. That man, so I wonder if the next comp will be the next outstanding, but you think about that. Offensive Player of the Year, wide receiver. Yeah. Typically goes to a quarterback or running back. But that man, the $120 million guarantee is what they look at. So you think about that over the long haul. You got the 42.5, but you're going to get paid $40 million a year the next 4 years, no matter what.
What do you think Puka Nacua is going to get with the Rams?
Well,
Because he's up.
Yeah,
he's coming up.
But again, if he becomes the NFL Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, that's one thing. If he has a good year, I think the moniker here that really helps JSN is the NFL Offensive Player of the Year. Okay. Now, Puka gets NFL Offensive Player of the Year, then you got to come.
He's going to write this check. Okay.
But to your point, yeah, Puka's going to get paid.
Okay.
He's going to get that extension. Joshua Dobbs, who was with the Cardinals, 2 years ago? He's been let go as a backup quarterback to Drake May because Danny DeVito.
Oh, no.
Has just signed a 2-year deal with the base value.
Is he making pizzas now in New England?
No, he's not delivering pizzas, not doing it. He'll be at $4.5 million. Now, Dobbs was scheduled to make $3.2 million in 2026.
Okay.
But he was going to have a cap hit of $4.25 million. So with Danny D, coming in on Tommy Danny DeVito. $4.5 million. So that's about a $2 million business decision. Savings that was concerned. So a couple of shout outs for some of the assistant coaches out there. Former special teams head coach Mike Westhoff, former San Francisco 49er offensive line coach Bob McKittrick, and longtime defensive coach Teddy Cottrell. I know Ted real well. Great guy.
Great guy.
They're going to be honored with the Pro Football Hall of Fame's Awards of Excellence for the 2026 class. I'm so glad they do this with these assistant coaches.
I'm with you.
Teddy's been around forever.
Yes.
I remember he was with the Cardinals, I think in Philadelphia. Westhoff was like that first special teams coach getting all the acknowledgement. And McKittrick, what a former offensive line coach he was for so many years. Guy going to retire, Levante David, Buccaneers inside linebacker, going to retire, the 12-time captain. He was a key member of the Super Bowl winning team back in 2020. Right. The longest tenured player in the Bucs current roster, retiring after 14 seasons. And here's the one thing that was really interesting.
Okay.
Since tackles became officially tracked metric in 1994, which is interesting, he is one of the just seven players to reach 1,700 career tackles, along with Derek Brooks, Junior Seau, and Zach Thomas and London Fletcher, as well as Bobby Wagner. Wow. 1,700 tackles that they actually tracked. Now, think of some of those guys back in the day. Tommy Novus.
Yes.
Even Mike Singletary.
Yes.
Dick Butkus.
Yeah.
How about Ray Nitschke?
Yes.
Some of those all-time great linebackers that were out there. Jack Lambert. When you stop and think some of the great linebackers that are out there. That's going to be a big piece for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that they're going to lose. So it looks as though Levante David is going to call it quits. He'd be a great linebacker coach. He's one of those students of the game. He knows he was kind of like Hacksaw Reynolds was with the 49ers. Go back to Hacksaw Reynolds.
Yep.
Not Lee Hacksaw Reynolds, but Jack Hacksaw Reynolds. Played with the Rams and played with the 49ers. Guys that knew that game inside and out. Luke Kuechly was another one of those guys.
He was, yep.
That David was pretty much like when you think about that. But those are some of the things you're going to miss that you've got to replace from that defense, especially the Tampa 2 that this Tampa Bay defense runs. So there's a little football, 50-some guys getting paid, some guys getting retired, and then some assistant coaches getting acknowledged.
There you go. I always love it when we do some football at 50 as well. Hey, coming up in our next segment, we're going to talk a little GCU. We're going to wrap everything up with their move into the Mountain West Conference, the differences between that and playing in the WAC, and how everything kind of came together. And aren't they pretty good, Manuch, as well in baseball and softball, right?
They're not bad. They got that. They're the 25th ranked. They're both down at U of A, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. We're going to have Paul Coro on the show. So he is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Later on, some ASU talk at the bottom of the hour. That's 2:30. We're going to have Kyle Dodd on the show. ASU has themselves a brand new basketball coach in Randy Bennett. That's on the way, everybody. We're hanging out today in studio. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN Radio, also on the FM dial at 98.7 HD-2 and the Arizona Sports app.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money. A lot. And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast. It's quick. The setup was so easy. It took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet, Reliant, 2 lines, Essentials, Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take him on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the Grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
Mania is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere, featuring Michelob Ultra all tournament long. Whether your bracket's still perfect or completely busted, Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. Time now for the Lopes Report, powered by Global Credit Union on ESPN 620. Get ready to dive behind the scenes as we explore the minds of the top playmakers, coaches, and partners of GCU Athletics. So whether you're on the go or tuning in from home or in your car, let's go Lopes.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way till 4 o'clock. Got a little frog in my throat here. Hang on a second. All right, that's better.
Over there,
that's
JV.
better.
Hit the
I'm
cough
good.
button.
I'm good now. Just had to clear that sucker out. I ate it. Paul Coro is our guest. I bet he's never eaten a frog. And you can find him on X at Paul Coro. That's at Paul Coro. Welcome, pal. How's your day?
All good. Heading down to T-Town. DCU's messing around down there with a baseball game and a softball game tonight.
And the 25th ranked U of A women's softball and baseball?
Yeah, new poll came out today. GCU's 23 in softball, and U of A's 13. So a good top 25 battle between the two. I mean, this softball program has been pretty incredible thing. Shannon Hayes, you guys would love the backstory. He used to be a basketball coach at Appleton Christian.
Wow.
And he shifted mid-career into basketball and into softball and found out he liked it a heck of a lot better and has been really great at it. He was at Texas Tech and been other places, but since he came to GCU, they have the 4th best record in the nation. They got the best record this year. They're 33-1. Their only loss was Oklahoma State.
So didn't they have a good team? Was it last year, last couple of years when you guys are still in the WAC? They played pretty well as well, too. They just continue that success, don't they, Paul?
Oh, yeah. It's not just the conference, though. They've had success at regionals. They really think they can get through to the next level to a super regional because they've made it to a regional final. They've won some regional games. They beat UCLA one year on UCLA's field. So, and the crazy thing about this year's team is they had the preseason player of the year in the conference, and Savannah Kirk. She was a Canyon View girl from the west side. She blew out her ACL right before the season. So their best player gets hurt right before the season, and they're still 33-1. Wow.
Hey, PC, talk about the baseball program. What is sustaining this program for so many years? I remember I was even going way back in the ancient archives when I was playing high school baseball, and then watching this college team GC over the tradition of baseball. What is it sustains this program?
Yeah, I mean, you got it right. There's a history, right? For all of us that grew up here, you knew Grand Canyon baseball. You heard about basketball, too, with national championships. But you go back to Brazel, running that program, starting that program. He built the field where the GQ ballpark still is. Like, Dave Brazel was out there with shovels, literally designing a baseball field. It's a little different. It faces northwest. Most diamonds don't do that, but it kind of has that iconic layout where you got the big wall left that you can slap homers on the 35th Avenue. But and then great coaches. Gil Stafford was in there too, and then Andy Stakewicz was huge in the Division I transition and getting the Lopes to regional. And then Greg Wallace, the current head coach, was his lead recruiter and assistant on all those teams, and now he's running the program. And the interesting thing with playing U of A tonight, they've had U of A's number for whatever reason. They've won 7 of the last 9 games against U of A.
Paul, that's amazing stuff. You're going to have a great time there tonight. Careful driving down the 10. We want to make sure that you're good so we can talk to you throughout the rest of the summer.
Yeah, make sure you shower very good by the time you come back, would you please?
I'm coming right back, guys. No overnight detail.
Hey, talk about Randy Bennett a little bit. ASU is going to be his hire. He's was it some 25 years at St. Mary's. Those Randy Bennett teams, those St. Mary Gales teams. What can you talk about some of those teams and watching Randy Bennett over the years?
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool thing for us locals because we know the history of his dad, and he was a Westwood High School guy, and all the great teams he had at MCC. Actually, it's a strange link. GCU President Brian Mueller, when he first moved to Phoenix, was an assistant coach at MCC for Bennett's dad, and that's amazing, right? But what Randy did at St. Mary's was remarkable, right? If you know the place they play in, and how the small school where it's located and all that, he created something there. He had the Aussie connection going for a while to really get them going, and I'm just assuming it's a pivotal time in his career. He's got the draw of home, but he also sees the West Coast Conference losing Gonzaga, and it might not be the same thing where he battled for years to get there, and I think his last St. Mary's win was against Gonzaga, so that's not a bad way to go out.
Now he's going to play in the Big 12, which is the best basketball conference in the country. I think that with the portal and with some NIL money, I think that he can make the Sun Devils respectable in his first year and then try to build off of that. Take me to what GCU did in their first year in the Mountain West. Now, my question to you is, Paul, you guys were very competitive right from the jump. And then things kind of went sour, got it back, didn't have an opportunity to win in the tournament, and so you did not make the dance. But would you classify it first year, jumping to a much more difficult conference to play in? I would call it more than respectable. I would call it very good.
Yeah, as far as respect for the program, I would be remiss if I didn't point out GCU did beat St. Mary's in the NCAA tournament a couple years ago.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
When St. Mary's was in the top 25. So the Lopes have that feather in their cap still. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, what they did this year as a program in the first year of Mount West play to tie for third, be one win away from winning the conference. The postseason tournament was certainly disappointing. There's some caveats with that with injuries, losing Wilhelm Breitbach at the end of the season, Caleb Shaw missing 11 games and then trying to come back and just not being himself. They were sort of down to six rotation guys at that point. Just lost a free throw shooting contest in the end. But, big picture, they got those wins against San Diego State and Utah State, really and sweeping San Diego State to kind of show that they're ready for this level. And, the university has an extreme commitment to basketball, right? As a non-football school, basketball is always going to be relevant and competitive. Nobody there considers it a mid-major. They consider themselves one of the big boys. And, they'll be hard at work in this portal coming to compete.
When we talk portal, and it's going to open up after the Final Four, and you have roughly a little more than a week to secure kids, what is going to be the pitch that the coaches are going to say to kids that they're trying to recruit?
Yeah, they want to be a national program, and they are, after, several NCAA tournament, 4 NCAA tournament trips in 6 years, that, that's the standard that they expect. And, you've asked me about the difference with Mountain West throughout the year, and you made the good point about the national television opportunity shifting the perspective for a lot of people nationally. They had double-digit national TV games, and so everybody gets exposed to what the home atmosphere is like at GCU, like no other. That the Lopes are going to compete at a higher level than a lot of places, and the defense that they've established in the Bryce Drew era has been elite to be top 5 nationally over those 6 years. So lots of success, lots of things that are established to sell, and you also sell sunshine in Phoenix, Arizona. Ain't bad.
Well, you know what? It's interesting when you look at, we were talking about Utah State, how they made a big run at U of A. U of A had to hit a couple big shots. But I look back at that game on February 28th when you guys took on when you guys took on Utah State, and they basically won 74-69. You took them to the mat. So when you measure the season and you see Utah State move into the second round of the NCAAs, that's got to give this staff, this I guess your camp, if you will, some confidence that you're pretty close to getting to that spot where you can try to get into the tournament and maybe the next year or two.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that game you point out, they led with 4 minutes to go, and there's like the moments late in that game where, one player shifts the wrong way on a defensive rotation, and it shifts the whole end of the game. And and they had beaten Utah State at home when Utah State was in the top 25. So, yeah, there's a lot of feeling that, they could be just – there was a team like St. Louis, kind of made a name for itself in the tournament. Lopes hecked on there and played. And, so it's multiple teams, multiple matchups that, reflect well. The Mountain West probably didn't get what it deserved as the 6th best conference by metrics in the nation to not get an at-large bid beyond, not making the case for GCU, but San Diego State probably deserves it to be there and did not get there. And so, moving forward, what you're saying is they've proven to me that, they can compete at this level because of those high-profile games and how they stepped up in them.
Hey, we put a wrap on our GCU Lopes report to kind of give us the pros and the cons, and what is this program looking forward to the most heading into next year?
There's a greater, comfort or knowledge, I guess, of where they are in the Mountain West and what they need. You transferred conferences and you saw something that requires a lot more physicality and some adjustments in scheduling. Also, that big picture that I mentioned of an at-large not getting in this year. Previously, the Mountain West had been 4 teams or more in recent years getting into the tournament. So now you have to kind of consider non-conference scheduling and what you can do with your net before you get into conference play to help your case, because with what you do in the portal and in retention and in freshman recruiting, you feel like you're going to be in the mix. So the rest of that is part of the puzzle to give yourself a chance.
Paul, you brought it every time we asked you to come on the show, pal. Really looking forward to next season. Thank you for everything that you gave us.
All right, you guys are awesome. I appreciate the interest and the talks, and you allowing me. Hey, Sienna almost beat Duke. I almost called it, huh?
Yeah, you did. You were right there, PC.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, every once that blind squirrel gets a nut. I'm telling you.
Drive careful, Paul.
I'm going to tell my wife that, too.
Yeah.
Family show.
Oh,
Easy,
yeah, family show. Yeah, hit the dump button. Okay. That's Paul Coro, everybody. Once again, you can find him on X at Paul Coro. was a great time all basketball season. All right, when we come back, we're going to get into a little Phoenix Suns. They got 10 games remaining. They still look like a mash unit as far as players not available. We're going to dive into it against the Denver Nuggets tonight. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs. Right off Thompson Peak and Bell. Next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club. A one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills. Just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Wolf here, and if neck or back pain is slowing you down, you need the team that the teams trust. Desert Institute for Spine Care. These guys are the undisputed leaders in minimally invasive and endoscopic spine surgery, recognized across Arizona and around the world for their expertise. They helped me get back to life, and I believe they can do the same for you. So if you're having neck or back pain, go see my friends at DISC. Desert Institute for Spine Care, online at sciatica.com.
Action! When I'm there, I want to be director because they get to talk to everybody about everything. They get to make cool movies and dance music videos.
If your child is sick over and over again, it could be PI, a defect of the immune system that affects millions. Early testing can give children a chance to dream.
And when I'm a director, I get to say, lights, camera, action.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
That's a wrap.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Colin Gillespie, he dribbles against quickly and throws right side to Green. Fakes on Walter, goes between his legs. 6 on the shot clock as he fumbles it over on the right wing. Now Green crosses over, steps to the right corner, fades and hits a difficult three-point shot from the corner, and that's an understatement.
All right, we're going to get a little Suns and Nuggets action downtown tonight at the MMC. Do you know what the MMC stands for, Manuch? This ought to be fun.
Mountain Magic Championship Arena. I just call it the MMC. and not MC Hammer.
No.
MMC. The MMC.
Yeah. Oh, come on,
It
man.
just sounds like more. And we're headed down to the MMC.
Hammer's the greatest rapper of all time. It's not even close. Not even close. Hammer's my guy. Can't touch this. Here we go with tonight's game. 10 games left. They look like a mash unit, meaning the Suns. And they are still in 7th place, haven't moved. But Manuch, they're 4 games now behind the 6th spot. That's Minnesota. I can't see them catching them at all.
Yeah, I can't either. I mean, as you mentioned, you got the 10 games. You look at the standings right now, and there's a couple of things that stand out more so than anything. And you look at the 3 teams that are still in the hunt to stay within the playoffs, that being the Nuggets, who they play tonight, the Timberwolves, who have pretty much commanded the Suns, and then the Houston Rockets. So the Suns are 4 back. They're 3.5 back of the Houston Rockets. Probably not going to win that or get into that spot. But if they win 9 out of 10 and Houston falters.
Wait, did you just say they're going to win 9 out of 10?
If they win, I said if. They'd have to win 9 out of 10. They're not mathematically out of it yet.
Okay.
But I think I would feel, the strategy for this Phoenix Suns team is a couple things. So, to your point, you got a mash unit going.
Yes.
So, for tonight's game, and Laz, you can double check me on this as well, too. Royce O'Neal's out. Grayson Allen is out. Amir Coffey is out. Dylan the Villain is out. Mark Williams is out. Haywood Highsmith, who played about 5 minutes, is out. And Amir Coffey are out. So, they're not going to bring any of those guys back, Jimmy, I don't think.
You think they're going to sit them for 10 more games?
I don't think for 10 games. The one guy, and you can bring up our State 40 rookie at your call question today.
I'll do that.
That I really feel that they're going to miss, which kind of plays into that question, is Grayson Allen. And if that knee is still bothering him at all, then I would sit him. I really would.
He's very problematic with that knee.
But he's a guy that can just instant offense.
Oh, yeah.
Royce O'Neal hasn't had the offense. He's been hit and miss.
Yes.
So if he doesn't play the next 10 games, not a big deal. You play the young guys. You play the Rasheer Flemings. You get Ryan Dunn in there. By the way, Ryan Dunn. I mean, did he turn the corner or not the other day?
It was one game.
I get it. But he's still a little confident. It's been 3 games he's playing much, much better.
Yes. That's a fair assessment.
No, he's playing much, much better. But I think the guy they really miss, besides Dylan the Villain, is Grayson Allen. Which alludes to our State 40 rookie. It's your call question. They give it to us, sir, Jimmy.
Out of the current injured Suns players, who will play a bigger role once back in the lineup or off the bench? You have 4 choices. 1, Dylan Brooks. 2, Royce O'Neal. 3, Grayson Allen. 4, Mark Williams. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X, cast your vote. We will continue to update as the show continues. They have to have Dylan Brooks back in this lineup, Manuch, if indeed they are going to have any chance of advancing.
Yeah, and I think that he's probably going to be the guy that I would think that a lot of folks would vote for, because it's just his hand injury that looks like it's going to be healed hopefully within the next week and a half. Grayson Allen, you just don't know with that knee, but Grayson Allen does so much.
Agreed.
He handles the ball, his shooting prowess, his defense. I mean, if there's one thing a lot of folks don't talk about as much as they should, is the defense of Grayson Allen. I mean, we had Casey Jacobson on, it was about 2 weeks ago. We were talking about college basketball, and then we kind of talked about the Suns and what he thought. And the topic of Grayson Allen came on and how much the Suns are trying to get him healthy. He said Grayson Allen is a big dude. He's strong. He handles the ball. Here's a 4 or 5 tool guy. But I really believe as far as rebounding, shooting, aggressiveness, Dylan Brooks is that guy if he can maintain his temper and not get any more technical. So
that's a good point.
I mean, that's when you look at it and just kind of like, okay, let me pick my poison. Can I trust Dylan Brooks? But if I pick Grayson Allen, can I trust he's going to be healthy? So if the hand is completely healthy for Dylan Brooks versus an iffy knee, you almost lean toward Dylan Brooks. I would agree with that, Jimmy B.
Tonight, you're going to get the Joker, best player on the planet. I know people are going to say, well, look at what Wemby's doing. Look what Luka's doing. Look, SG. No, the best player today is the Joker. He's a triple-double, a walking triple-double every game, and he's at the center position. Look, that's going to be problematic tonight. No Mark Williams. You don't have another big body to lean on him at all. Iguodala's going to try, but it's not the same. He'll try to beat him with quickness. The Joker is just too skilled. The thing that I want to see though tonight is what they do with Jamal Murray. I figure that Jokic is going to get his points, but if you can slow down Jamal Murray a little bit and get them uncomfortable in their half-court set, now you've got a chance to win.
What do you think's been the nemesis for this this Denver Nuggets team? I mean, why would you not think they're up there?
Injuries.
Yeah. Well, now my point a little earlier was they're completely healthy.
Yes.
I really feel their last, where they got 10 games as well left. They want to get themselves right, get their chemistry right, get themselves settled to make that championship run.
Yeah.
So when you look at this team overall, who's averaging 120 points per game, the Suns are averaging 112 points per game. And we were just talking about, Dylan the villain not being in there to combat the Murrays or the Gordons of the world.
Right.
So you're going to have your hands full there. But you just bring up the Joker. And you look at these numbers. You talk about a triple-double.
Yep.
Waiting to happen every night, folks.
Yep.
Not every other night. Not once a week. Every other night. Averaging 28 points a game. 12.6 rebounds per game. And 10.5 assists per game. And on top of that, he's shooting 58%
I know.
from the field.
It's frightening.
I mean, he's a walking triple-double.
Yeah.
And you think of years past, I don't know, you probably more so than I can, Jimmy, years past of walking triple-doubles.
Russell Westbrook.
Okay,
for
West-
3
yeah.
For 3 years. For 3 years, he was that.
But Joker's been doing this for how many years now?
Well, I would say that the level of his game the last 4 years has developed him into the best player on the planet.
And here's the other thing too. So you look at the players that are averaging double digits per game. Okay.
Yep.
So for the Suns, Booker's averaging 25.5. Brooks is out. Jalen Green has moved his number up quite immensely these last couple weeks. He's at 17.5 per game. Grayson Allen is out. Okay. So you've lost 37 points there.
Okay.
Mark Williams is out, right? He was averaging about 12 points per game. So now you're up to about 50 points per game. O'Neal is out. He was averaging about 10 points per game. Goodwin right now should be starting. So think about that, Jimmy. You're probably losing, with those 4 guys out, prominent players, you're losing on average 60 points per game, trying to hang with the team that's averaging 120 points per game.
I hate to say this, but that's a very good point, Manuch.
Thank you. Did you get that, Connor? Did you get that
I
tape
know.
right there, buddy?
Yeah, that's.
But and then on the other side, the Joker, 28 a game, Murray 25, and he's having a hell of a year.
Great year.
Gordon is starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's at 16. Watson, who? Yeah, the kid off the bench. He's the only one questionable in tonight's game.
Okay.
He's at about 15 per game. Hardaway Jr., 13.
Off the
Johnson.
bench. Yep.
Johnson, 12 per game. And then there's the chicken hawk, that being Brown. At, how do you?
Yeah, I was going to say you. No, it's spelled broad,
and they say Brown.
Brown.
What do you expect from a KU chicken hawk? But Jimmy B, he's at 12 per game, and then below that, a couple of guys at 8.5. But when they made that championship run, those guys were just on fire. Now the only problem is the Nuggets' lack of defense keeps a lot of these teams in the game.
They do struggle in that department. So they give up roughly 110, but that shows that they are still outscoring opponents by 10 points.
And last year's Western Conference Championship between them and OKC, that was one of the more fun series
it's a great
to watch. First one to 135 wins every night.
It was great.
I mean, that was some of the best basketball. You saw threes raining all over the place, inside outside game.
Yep.
You had bigs down low. I mean, that was big boy basketball at its finest.
Anyway, Suns and Nuggets tonight. You can hear it on our sister station, 98.7. Hey, all presented today by Biggs American Bar and Grill in Peoria. But it's where we're going to be Friday.
We'll be at Biggs American Bar and Grill.
Yeah. Great food, signature cocktails, and wall-to-wall sports. Biggs. Great atmosphere, cold drinks, plus all of the action. Biggs is located in the 83rd Avenue, the 83 district there in Peoria, B83. And we'll be there, as Manuch indicated, on Friday. Once again, we will be there 1 to 4 with the show at Biggs in Peoria. All right, when we come back, ASU has got their new head basketball coach. We know it's Randy Bennett, and we also know that a kid that Randy Bennett had recruited who was going to go to St. Mary's has now said, I'm going to follow coach and I'm coming to ASU. Well, Kyle Dodd is coming up next, ASU basketball analyst. We're going to dive into the Randy Bennett hire. It's coming up next, everybody. But first, ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Columnist. The Arizona Diamondbacks are wrapping up spring training on a rough note. As right now, they're currently trailing the Cleveland Guardians 6-4 at the top of the 7th inning. Still 0 outs left. Michael Soroka made the start and went just 1 inning before giving up 4 earned runs, including a home run. Over on the hardwood, the Phoenix Suns are back on home tonight as they got a primetime showdown with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. with pre coverage starting at 7 on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Also, catch this game nationally on NBC and Peacock. Sports Center today on ESPN 620 is brought to you by Biggs American Bar and Grill, your headquarters for March Mania. Thursday's games tip off at 4:10, so come out, catch all the action, and join us Friday as we broadcast live from 1 to 4 p.m. Biggs American Bar and Grill, where Phoenix comes to watch the madness.
When it's game time in the Valley, you know what time it is. It's Twin Peaks time. Head to Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations and massive screens everywhere you look. From basketball, baseball, to hockey, fights, and more, there's no better place to catch every play and all the action. Bud Light is a proud partner of sports fans everywhere. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the Valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Pima JTED doesn't just work for students, it works for all of Arizona. Hands-on training, real-world skills, high school students become job-ready, and Arizona businesses get the talent they need to thrive. Without a skilled workforce, Arizona can't grow. But with Pima JTED graduates, our entire economy prospers. Join the businesses already investing in Arizona's future. Learn more at PimaJTED.org. That's PimaJTED.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody. ASU has a brand new basketball coach, and he's a damn good one. And I don't care if people say, well, he's 63.
Young guy.
Yeah.
The young guy.
Just freaking bite me, okay, with the age thing. I mean, Patino is 73. Calipari is closing in on 70.
Sampson 70.
Oh, my gosh.
We're young to those guys.
Man, oh, man. Well, you're young. I'm older than dirt. A guy who's not older than dirt is joining us right now. That is Kyle Dodd. He is, of course, ASU radio analyst. You can find him on X at Kyle_Dodd3. Welcome, man. Let's just start right off the top. Randy's in town. Have you had a chance to meet him yet? And if so, was that a good hire in your estimation?
Well, I have not had a chance to meet him. I have met him before. He was actually, ironically, the first person to ever offer me a scholarship. He was at Pepperdine under Lorenzo Romar and recruited me, and him and Coach Romar offered me a scholarship, my first offer. So talked to him a couple times throughout the years, but haven't talked to him probably in several years. And I didn't get a chance to meet him yet because I just landed in North Carolina for a high school baseball tournament for Castile, my son's high school team at USA Baseball. So I didn't get a chance. I probably won't be able to go to the press conference. I think the last time we did this, I hosted Bobby Hurley press conference, so I'm out on this one. We might have to call one of you guys in.
So Kyle, calm those down that wanted the young whippersnapper out there. And I'm an advocate. I know Jimmy B was yesterday to see Randy come in. I mean, I was at MCC when his dad, Tom, was coaching the basketball team. I was playing football over there. There's 75 and 76. And he was about 5 or 6 younger. But, I mean, the basketball IQ, the basketball acumen of him going to USD, coaching basically on the West Coast, but just some of the things that might calm the storm down of those that wanted the young whippersnapper.
Yeah, I mean, like I told some people last night, if you have a college basketball job opening, and I don't care who you are, Arizona State or anybody in the country, and you have a chance to interview Randy Bennett, you're going to interview Randy Bennett. I mean, he's as good a college basketball coach as there is in the country. So I don't care what job was open. The fact that he was, in the mix, the ASU job is big time. And we've talked about it for years. They talked about hiring him, the last 2 go-arounds, and he wasn't ready to leave or ASU wasn't ready to pull the trigger. Either way, I think, it was a great hire. I understand the people that are like, oh, well, could he really stand out front with Kenny and Molly and all these, other coaches we have and raise money? Well, we don't know. We're going to find out. But I know what he can do is he can bring in a ton of talent and a ton of disciplined talent and a ton of tough kids that you need in the Big 12. And he's going to have ties overseas and the Australian connection, and his teams always shoot the ball well. I think you're going to need big, tough, physical teams that shoot the ball well to play in the Big 12. So, I mean, we're going to learn a lot, but I think it's a great hire. I think if you're Arizona State, I think it's about as good as you could get.
It's interesting. You listened to all the pundits last night. The majority really liked it. They called the Gales like the Oakland A's of Major League Baseball, now the Sacramento A's, as basically the money ball of college basketball teams is what he has done at St. Mary's. And you look at it and go, yeah, I don't know how much they provide in NIL. I know they give some money. But you stop and think about that, how good of coaching can really come into play. You got players. Obviously, that's got to win it. But, I mean, as far as coaching teams up is what he's done for that WCC.
Yeah, and, I mean, he saw today he already has a 4-star kid that's following him. And, you guys know how I feel about Coach Hurley and his staff. And, I was bummed. It's been a hard week. But that being said, now I'm putting it back on a lot of the fans and people and supporters and donors that were ready for a change. And they said, hey, we need to get basketball going again. It's just apathetic right now. Well, okay, now we did. We hired a hell of a coach. Now everybody needs to look in the mirror and say, hey, what can I give? What can I do for support? And I know it's not easy, and we've joked about it. Like, I wish I could give more financially, but I'm not saying anybody has to give any of their own money, but I'm saying it is time now to get behind somebody like we did with Kenny, like we did with Molly, like we've done with J.J. Van Neal and all the great coaches that we've brought in recently. But we need to get behind him and see what he can do.
Kyle Dodd is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. So for me, I find this to be an excellent hire. You talked about the Australian connection. I named off just 3 players that had long careers in the NBA with Patty Mills and Matthew Dellavedova, and Jock Landale is still playing in the NBA. Look, he is just going to transfer that, and you just referenced the one kid who already has stated, yeah, I'm not going to go to St. Mary's. I'm now going to go to ASU. Can you see that happening with other players that he was involved in before taking the ASU job?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it happens every year when a coach leaves, and, with the portal and the ability to just move wherever you want to go every year. I think you look at their roster last year, and you're taking a look at who has eligibility left and who would be willing to come. I think he'd probably get 2 or 3 guys to come with him, which is exciting because they had a heck of a team last year. So I think he'll be able to retain some guys to play for him, just not at St. Mary's. But and then obviously we'll see what his strategy wise. We don't know how he views the portal, or if he's going to go young and try to build a program from scratch and get some guys that maybe stay a couple years and teach them the culture, or if he's going to piece it together for year one. I mean, we're going to learn a lot in the next couple of weeks, and I just think I'm pretty confident. If you talk to any basketball guy in the country, they have a lot of confidence in the basketball IQ and coaching ability of Randy Bennett.
I found this really interesting, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but I will tell you anyway. The person that represents Randy Bennett also represents Job.
Yeah.
You knew that.
I did, which I think is awesome. I think, it's really cool. And obviously any advantage you could get to retain Job would be great. I still fear that the money still has to be there.
Sure.
And
yes.
There's going to be someone stupid enough to give, and it's not really stupid. I don't mean it like that, but there is going to be a school out there that's going to throw several $1 million at Job, and it's whether or not we can match it, or how important it is, for him to stay in Tempe. So that'll all play out. But I love the fact that they're representing the same, agency, and I think that obviously helps. But like I said, when Kansas or Kentucky or Texas Tech or, all Duke or all these guys throw $4 or $5 million at them, we'll see what happens. So.
And Cal, a lot of folks have not have followed the Gales over the last couple of years. What kind of a coaching job does Randy Bennett do? What kind of a team are they? Kind of give us a little bit of a synopsis or a scouting report. Is it the Princeton offense? Is it the four corners? Is it winding down the last 5 seconds? Who exactly are the Gales when Randy Bennett was coaching them?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to find a team that doesn't beat themselves. They're going to be very good defensively. They're going to be physical. They're going to do all the little things, control all the controllables. There's teams that I saw Randy Bennett coach that, if a team got down 8 points, it felt like they were down 20 points because they're just that disciplined. They're not going to beat themselves, like I said. And he's a really good basketball mind. A really good teacher, comes from a basketball family, like you said. And I actually talked at his dad's camp in the summer when I was a player, and just understanding how he ran things. And the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I mean, Coach Bennett has done a tremendous job, and I think you'll see a culture and a system that is consistent, and it won't be a lot of changing from year to year. It's just he's done it one way for a long time.
Kyle, when you sit back and think about it, take me back to what you first said when we started our interview with you about 8 minutes ago. And you said, Randy Bennett recruited me. I mean, this is full circle. It's unbelievable how, I guess, karma works sometimes.
By the way, how do you turn down Pepperdine? You're 25 feet from the water, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
The beach is right there. Your dorm room, you walk 3 feet, you're on the beach.
Yeah. You don't talk to my mom. She was begging me. First of all, it was my first offer, so she thought I wasn't going to get anything else. Me and my dad are like, no, we're good. But I don't know. I mean, it is really cool. It does make me feel old, but And I guess I should probably stop telling people he recruited me. We don't want anybody to hold that against him and judge him. We've been telling people how great of a basketball coach he is and basketball IQ, and then if they find out he recruited me, then people might start judging him in another direction. But I think he, obviously he's done it so long, a quarter of a century at one place and done it really well. So that excites me, and I'm excited to meet him again or reunite with him, and hopefully he wants me and Healy around. I don't know, maybe not.
Hey, before we let you go, I know your boy is a really good baseball player, and that's why you're on the eastern part of the country right now for that baseball tournament. How long is this? Does it run all week? What is it?
Yeah, so they take like 16 of the top teams in the country, and there's a tournament called the National High School Baseball Invitational, and they host it at the USA Baseball headquarters, which is a beautiful complex in Cary, North Carolina. And so, yeah, it's just a week-long single elimination tournament. You'll play more games if you lose, but I think 4 games total. But, if we win Wednesday, we have a chance to play the number 1 team in the country, St. John Bosco, California. So just good, a really cool event, and blessed for my son to be a part of. Just got done with the Scott Boras Classic last weekend, and he actually played really well, won the MVP for a little grinder. It was pretty cool, but I've got a good squad, good coaching staff, and it's a really cool event out here.
Obviously, has his mother's athletic ability.
His mom was a gymnast today, so yes. So.
I remember that. Yes, I mean the coordination's good. Yeah, you were great on that hoop for baseball. And when you get a football, get that right arm cranked up there, big fella. Get him. He's over there carried.
He's a lefty.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not partial. The guy named Kenny Stabler, and there's a few of them that are out there like that. So.
Yeah. He's a lefty speedster, switch hitting outfielder. So he's doing awesome.
Kyle, go ahead, enjoy, have
fun,
a great time, man. We always appreciate the insight, and we'll talk to you. Thanks, man.
Sounds good. Have a good one, guys.
There you go. That's Kyle Dodd, everybody. ASU is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, TPC Scottsdale. Manuch, where are we going to be for the championship game of the NCAA tournament?
We will be at DraftKings Sportsbook at the TPC Scottsdale. Well, I like it. That little layup you gave me there.
Well, I got to set you up once in a while. I'm not good for much, but I can do that. Betting lines, bracket talk, all of the madness, the March mania. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We will be there at DraftKings Sportsbook, TPC Scottsdale, for the big Monday night extravaganza. Come on out and hang out with us. All right, when we come back, I've got a random fact of the day for you because it was said today. I'll drop that on you. Also, a little football at 50 as well. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Mania is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere, featuring Michelob Ultra all tournament long. Whether your bracket's still perfect or completely busted, Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people, with upfront pricing before the work starts, so there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
On Maturity Chevron Road, being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Pop up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert, or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart. Just complete the purchase. Hurry. This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
All right, Manuch, this happened today, and it is a random fact. So
it's an actual fact.
Actual fact.
Not an on this day.
No.
Okay.
It's an actual fact.
Guys, he is
He's been happened this day.
He's been jonesing
Yeah,
for
I
a
have
random fact of the day.
Yes.
All right, what do you got?
So here we go. It is Greg McDermott, the longtime basketball coach at Creighton, announced his retirement. We discussed it. So he did an interview today with one of the media members in Omaha, where Creighton is located. And they were yucking it up a little bit. And the interviewer, remember his son, Doug McDermott, played for him at Creighton, was also the college player of the year.
Correct.
He's still playing in the NBA with the Sacramento Kings. So he was asked jokingly, well, how did you go about recruiting your son? And I swear to God to you, this is how he responded. And it's a fact. He said, I slept with his mother. That's the fact.
That's your random fact.
That's a fact,
That is
Jack.
So
That's
cheesy.
what he's.
I think we
I'm
should put him on
quoting him.
double.
That's what he said.
Yeah, thank you, Connor. Thank you. We
I'm
will
quoting
never let Jimmy B have another random fact of the day. Here's a few random facts of the day that aren't cheesy cheeseball. Jimmy B over there in the, I don't know what he's in over there. You didn't realize, this is a random fact. You had no idea. Abraham Lincoln was a licensed bartender. You had no idea.
I shook his hand.
Hey, do you, Laz and Connor, you guys know who Van Gogh is? Remember you have Vincent Van Gogh?
Vincent Van Gogh?
Yes. You guys know
the
this?
guy who's a little bit too sad, ended up chopping off the ear.
Hey, look at you. Well, during his entire lifetime, Van Gogh is known to have sold only a single painting. As a matter of fact, the archives have many paintings of Vincent Van Gogh. They've had knockoffs of Vincent Van Gogh, but he's only sent one painting. And this might describe the mouth of one Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
The Queen lead singer, Freddie Mercury, was born with 4 extra teeth in the upper jaw, giving him his distinct smile.
That overbite.
Yeah, that overbite. Man, he had a lot of teeth in that.
He
bad
did.
boy. So those are our actual random facts of the
I thought mine was pretty good. I
was
slept
so
with.
weak.
Fair, Jimmy B did have a random fact.
Yeah.
It is a fact.
It is a fact.
Yeah, that's a
But I
fact.
was with you.
Yeah.
The way he was hyping it up since he came in, I thought it was like he had a tiger bomb or something he was going to draw.
He had no peanut butter with that jam. That's for sure. All right, Jimmy, that's it for our random facts of the day.
Let's do a little football at 50 and forget about that last segment.
Forget about your contribution last
Hey, mine was brilliant. Football at 50 presented by Victory Plumbing Arizona. And if you need a plumber, call that team because they do it right. It's Victory Plumbing offering up front pricing before the work begins. So there are no surprises later. And when you mention Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, they'll waive the service charge. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They waived the service charge. Here, all you have to do is just go online. VictoryPlumbingArizona.com. Again, that's VictoryPlumbingArizona.com.
Jackson Smith and Jigma.
Yeah.
The reigning NFL Offensive Player of the Year has reached agreement with the Seahawks on a 4-year, $168.6 million contract extension that makes him the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history, according to sources at ESPN. The deal is going to average $42.15 million per year and includes over $120 million guaranteed, both setting records for a wide receiver. So, Laz, I go to you, the resident guru of what receivers out there that could, maybe, as they say in Texas, get paid anything close to that. We're talking about Puka Nacua.
Yep.
Now, if he becomes the NFL Offensive Player of the Year, this would be a heck of a comp. But if not, is he close to that number if he gets extended by the Rams next year?
Yeah, he may become close to that number. A guy like Jamar Chase, maybe. But I think there's only a very few receivers, a really top tier of guys that could even come close to that number. JSN, Puka, Jamar, maybe an Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I'm not even quite sure. JSN is a whole tier above it. Yeah, but Jefferson's already getting paid.
They already got
for a while,
paid.
yeah.
Yeah, St. Brown and Jefferson got paid. You just wonder if they can have the kind of production that they want in reference to their next contracts. And I think it's interesting. You think of Jefferson and St. Brown a couple years ago, they had those extensions. I mean, they got paid big bucks.
They did, yep.
So maybe the one reason why they were really jonesing for a quarterback that could get them the ball, J.J. McCarthy could do that last year. He's off on the injury. Truly, it was only his rookie year. But the reason why they went after Kyler Murray, and the reason why they went and got Carson Wentz, is that these guys are going, look, if I want to get paid another extension maybe 2 years down the road, they're probably thinking about their future, about getting the ball and having this kind of stats.
You think they trade J.J. McCarthy now that they have Kyler and Wentz?
Well, I don't think they will.
Would he be attractive? He'd be attractive.
Well, but that would an embarrassment to the organization.
Well,
you
fired the general manager.
Okay, so this is how they think in the NFL. NFL embarrassment 101. First round pick.
Yeah.
The kid gets hurt. So he plays last year. You got to give him a mulligan his first year.
I agree with that. I agree.
They would not trade him, at least for now. They'll see how he responds at training camp. And they've got two guys there that they'll compete. So I really believe that when you have a guy that's drafted 2 years ago, first round, versus a guy that was drafted first round 7 years ago, going to his 8th year, I can imagine Murray's probably the odds on, unless JJ just blows him away at camp.
Okay.
But you've got two guys cheap on the cheap.
Yes, that's true.
That are insurance
You're not
policy.
paying them hardly anything.
They're nothing. So if you try to hang with the guy, your rookie or your second year, third year guy, technically his second year, I think Kevin O'Connell's got some benchmarks with him.
Okay.
That being JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
But he's also got to get Kyler Murray prepared because he can't, you think of the Vikings last year, you go, okay, they were kind of sort of there.
And he got hurt again.
Then he got hurt again. And then he had some missteps as a quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
And then he was hot and cold. But what do you expect for a kid in his first year? So I don't think they trade him this year.
Okay.
But if the kid's worth his weight in gold, who would want him if he's not really proved anything?
Well, I just remember that the 49ers made that big move up to get Trey Lance, and he turned out to be a bust. And after 2 or 3 years, 49ers admitted their mistake.
If you're not proving it early in your career, nobody's going to want damaged goods. They really are.
Okay. Hey, coming up, hour number 3, we're going to go through our top stories and the latest on Cardinal free agency. Bob McManaman, azcentral.com. He's going to join us at 3:30. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and maybe I'll have another random fact of the day.
No, you won't.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. ESPN 620.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
I had quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. I had to go even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that. And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on? We don't want to get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in this band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with this mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart. Just complete the purchase. Hurry. This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients at Federal Returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149. Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the Callaway Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 26th through the 29th. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force base for a quantum leap in distance off the tee. Take advantage of the 50% bonus traded towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Well, he's a man who always has a plan. He is giddy like a little third-grade schoolgirl. Why? Because Major League Baseball opens in 2 days. That means Bob Nightengale is our guest. It's always terrific when we have a chance to do baseball with Bob. And he is in Chicago. Bobby, you just watched the Cubs and Yankees there, the final preseason game?
Yeah, actually, in Chicago, right here in Mesa, Arizona. So yeah, final spring training of the year for both. Yankees flew in for 2 days because they're going to open the season tomorrow night in San Francisco, and that's where I'll be too.
That's my bad. I figured that they were going to go back there, Chicago, like the Diamondbacks are playing at Chase. So the Yankees, I didn't get the memo that they were coming in. How was it to have the Yankees out there at Chi-Town with the Yankee fans and Cub fans?
Yeah, cool. And a lot of Yankee fans, obviously, that live out here, and new for them since they don't get to watch the team in Tampa, Florida. And, Detroit Tigers were in town, too, because they start off from San Diego. Atlanta did the same thing. So it's kind of become a tradition that the East Coast teams, if you're going to start on the West Coast, why not stop and shorten your trip and take a little jet lag by playing in Arizona for 2 days.
I can almost imagine the immediate throng with the Yankees there, reference to interviewing Garrett Cole and some of the other guys. When you look at this Yankees team, number one, you look at their manager and Boone and some of these great players. How many interviews did you get? You've been there all morning long trying to track these guys down?
Yeah, well, they took the late bus yesterday, so they weren't around much. Then they, got here, what time? Maybe about 10:30 or so. They want 12 o'clock start. So it's pretty much just a, jump in and jump out those guys. Some of the star players like Aaron Judge and Stanton took off last night, actually, after the games that they weren't playing today. And the Cubs, since they're going home to Chicago, they were actually halfway through the game they bolted. So leaving the minor leaguers to play.
Who was left, Bob? Who was left on the field? Number 99 and 78 were in the game.
Number 99, 77, 75. Minor leaguers.
That's great. Where are you going to be opening day?
Yeah, so I'm going to San Francisco for opener, which is tomorrow night. Giants, Yankees, then shoot down to Los Angeles for the Dodgers season opener, and it happens to be against Arizona Diamondbacks.
So with those two games, it's always an event. Opening day is always an event, and I saw the prices at Dodger Stadium. They are incredible. I mean, down low, not even on the baseline, they want $850 a ticket, Bob. Is that commonplace for Dodger Stadium or not?
It is for Dodger Stadium. I mean, those seats behind the home plate. I got, Bias got some season tickets there. He's paying over $400,000 for the season. So yeah, no, they're expensive down there. Hey, if people want to see a winner, it's a show and everything else, and so yeah, they're already braced for this. And of course, on Thursday will be the flag ceremony where they hoist the World Series championship banner, and then on Friday they begin on the World Series rings.
So, Bob, we were talking about this a little earlier. Troy Lovello talking about he will not have a left-handed pitcher in the bullpen at least for a little while. I was a little dumbfounded because you face a lot of outstanding left-handers and a lot of righties coming at it. You're going to have a lot of production from the other team. How do you go into a season without a left-hander in the bullpen, obviously, until Puck gets healthy? How does that happen in Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very rare. It's just enough trust in someone's right-handers to get lefties out. But, if you're good enough, it's no problem at all. If you have Mario Rivera out there, that doesn't matter.
Sure.
But yeah, that's going to be a problem, but obviously for the Diamondback bullpen. It's a weak bullpen as it is, and, they're going to have to mix and match night after night, which is something, every manager hates, and, totally Troy Lovello does. But you got to live with it.
How do you frame the 2026 Arizona Diamondbacks heading into Monday night, heading into Thursday night's game?
Well, I mean, I think on paper, if everything, goes right, it's probably, around the 500 team. Yeah, things that would have to go exceptional to get up to the, 85 win mark. It's just, particularly the bullpen being such a mess and all the injuries, you got to see what happens too with the Corbin Burns when he comes back. You're not going to just let him loose. You got $200 million tied into him, so you're still going to be very cautious with him for the rest of the year. So I think just with all the injuries and everything else, they're paying about $60 million to guys, on the injured list. So a lot of things have to go right. And Eduardo Rodriguez is going to pitch like he pitched in WBC. Fox got to step forward. I think Gallen does. I think Gallen pitches with a huge chip on his shoulders. And okay, you guys, nobody wanted me. I'm going to show you what you missed out on.
Bob is our guest. We are talking Major League Baseball. So let me ask you this, Bob. Is it the Dodgers and then everybody else? Because the Yankees have spent money, the Phillies have spent money, the Cubs have spent money, the Padres, the Giants. I mean, a lot of teams have spent money. They just don't have the talent level, it seems, that the Dodgers have. Is that fair?
That's fair. I mean, the last 5 years, the Mets have spent much more money. I think this year, I know the Mets have a higher payroll. Yankees payroll is close. The Phillies payroll is close. But yeah, I mean, you look at it. They draft last or next to last, every single year, and yet they're still grabbing guys that people aren't getting. They still draft and develop, better than any other organization. So, when you're in the World Series year after year, and you still have one of the top two or three memory systems, year after year, you're doing something right.
So how is the use going to be taken with Dave Roberts and Shohei Ohtani? I know he's going to be in the rotation. If he's not pitching, he's going to be hitting DH. How's this going to work this year for Ohtani moving forward here, Bob?
Well, they were doing that last year in the second half. Obviously, they did with the Angels. So yeah, I think you go in the 6-man rotation at times, push him back just to make sure that he's still strong and healthy. Certainly he'll be a DH. He won't be playing the field at all. So no, I think that the game plan work with the Angels, and it certainly worked in the second half of last season as well.
Bob Nightengale is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. We're talking Major League Baseball. So the spring training comes to a close. Teams now take off to their respective destinations. Does every team feel like they have a chance to be a winner? I mean, I know that on paper, we know who the best teams are, but going to that first game, Bob, does every team think they have a chance to win?
I think every team thinks they have a chance to win that first game. But after that,
well said,
Bob. Very well done.
So for you, Bob, as Jimmy lines that out, what will be the intrigue for you this year watching Major League Baseball? Are there 2 or 3 or maybe 4 things that you want to take a look at, whether it's a team or situation or player or something along that line?
Well, guys like the young prospect, the second best prospect in baseball, Kevin McManaman, the shortstop for the Tigers. Be past it. He's making the opening day roster. Asking to see what he does. Let's see what Detroit Tigers do with that rotation now, taking advantage of Skubal. One last year. Do the Mariners that confidence, does that take over where they can finally get to the first World Series ever? Then I think a lot of eyes too on the Mets. I mean, they blew that thing up, and they say, you know what, historical collapse. We think we got a clubhouse culture here. Let's shake it up and see what happens. So I think they're the kind of biggest mystery going into the year. And did they do the right thing by changing as many pieces as they did?
And the other thing, I think for a lot of Diamondback fans, and Jimmy and I were talking about this earlier, Jordan Lawler looks like, at least you may know more than us, Bob, that he may be the starting left fielder. How he handles that now that Corbin Carroll's back in right, Thomas is in center, and Lawler is in left field. Are they going to really try to work that until Gurriel gets back? And will he look to spot some of the infield positions as well, too? How are they looking to use Lawler?
I would think they just keep him in the outfield for now. I mean, you don't want to keep, having him go back and forth all the time and mess up his swing. I mean, now he looks more confident at the plate. He didn't look that way. The scouts have been saying for years he should be an outfielder, not an infielder. So I don't think we want to go back and forth like that. When everybody gets back, then we'll see what they want to do. I think maybe someone gets traded because you have an extra outfielder. But I don't think you want to just back and forth. I don't think that spirit on him. And I think he may hurt his development by doing that.
All right, we'll let you go on this. My final prediction is the Oakland A's, even though they're not in Oakland anymore, they just call themselves the Athletics, will be the surprise team in the American League. Am I all wet with that or not?
It could be. I think you're 1 year early, but
okay.
It wouldn't shock. The only thing that worries you is just that pitching. It's like, who's going to get the out for them? The outside Severino. But they're knocking the door. I think a year from now, there's going to be so many free agents that are going to want to play there. It's like, okay, I only have to suck it up 1 year by playing in Sacramento. Then I get to play in that beautiful new ballpark in the Vegas Strip. So I see him making a jump. I just don't know if they'll make that jump. But then, I mean, I was trying to laugh at that prediction. I think it's possible.
Hey, Bob, one more for you. What's your most memorable opening day as a as a non-reporter and your most opening day as a reporter? One Bob Knight.
You know, I don't think I ever went to an opening day. I was positive as a kid or anything else. So I don't think I've been to opening day as a non-reporter. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still remember, Yankee Stadium. Just the old Yankee Stadium, going there in the subway and stuff on opening day, covering Kansas City Royals. Just how special that was. Fenway Park is unbelievable. But I think right now, if you say, okay, who's got the best opening day? It's probably St. Louis. They bring all the Clydesdales out. All the Hall of Famers are in the red jackets. Everybody's up, downtown, like 9 in the morning and stuff. I get St. Louis the number one nod right now for opening days.
I'm with you. It's a great opener. I've had the opportunity to cover that maybe 2 times. You're absolutely right about St. Louis. Hey, listen, have a great day, and always thank you, man, for your time.
Sure, my pleasure. Take care, guys.
There you go, Bob Nightengale, everybody, columnist for USA Today. Baseball columnist, does a great job. We always appreciate him coming on the show. It's funny, Manuch, that he referenced the old Yankee Stadium when I was doing Texas Rangers baseball. I did games.
Did you make a trek up there?
Old Yankee Stadium, yeah.
Is that a parking lot now? Or
I think it is, yeah. Or they've got condos or something.
You listen to yourself and some of the reporters and other broadcasters having a chance to go to these stadiums.
Yes.
And just him describing the ride on the subway to the old Yankee Stadium and taking on the Kansas City Royals that day. I don't know what era he was talking about, but I could just imagine envisioning how fun that would be. That you got Reggie Jackson, and you got George Brett, and you got all those stars.
Yep.
And your first one is a Yankee Stadium reporting. And as a young Cub reporter at the time, he's probably like, I guess I got to go do this. Can you imagine just jump in?
That's it.
Feet first, feet deep.
That's it. Here we go. Yeah. At any rate, when we come back, college basketball. U of A gets a couple of days to rest before they start March Mania again. We're going to dive into the brackets. And is there an underdog team out there? Would you consider them an underdog team that can continue to win? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree traps we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm a church Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is not enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Wolf here, and if neck or back pain is slowing you down, you need the team that the teams trust. Desert Institute for Spine Care. These guys are the undisputed leaders in minimally invasive and endoscopic spine surgery, recognized across Arizona and around the world for their expertise. They help me get back to life, and I believe they can do the same for you. So if you're having neck or back pain, go see my friends at DISC. Desert Institute for Spine Care, online at sciatica.com.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620. All right, Johnson Secures talked about the flow. It's a pretty clean game right now. Nothing clean about that. As dirty as it gets.
That's a good call. As dirty as it gets off that slam dunk. I'm telling you right now, I can't wait till Thursday. Look, I know U of A, they get today off to rest, but they are up against an Arkansas team with a cuff who can put 30 on you in a heartbeat. That is going to be a tough cover. So here are your games coming up Thursday.
By the way, Yaxel Lendenborg with the dunk there, Jimmy B. The big fella from Michigan. Slamming it home.
He did.
Give the boys some love over there, Jimmy.
Well, I couldn't say his name. So I just said, hey, big dunk.
Lendenborg? The big fella.
Yaxel.
Yeah, well, that's easy. Yaxel.
Here we go. Thursday, the first game, Texas and Purdue. So I teased because you wrote it, and you always say, read it the way I wrote it, so I did. Manuch, there's no, I don't think there's an upset. You said pick an upset team. Look, I know Texas was ranked 11th, but, and they had to win in the play-in tournament, and now they're in the Sweet 16.
Well, let me simplify this for you.
Okay.
Just look at Thursday's
I'm struggling with it.
Just look at Thursday's
I
game.
am. Texas,
Okay.
Purdue.
Okay, and then we've got Iowa, Nebraska.
Yes.
You got Arkansas, Arizona. There's your upset right there.
Arkansas?
Did
You're
we
gonna
wake up
call
last
for
night?
that?
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
And then you got Illinois.
I'm not saying that couldn't happen.
So now you don't have to pick an upset. I'm just saying, will there be an underdog that upsets?
Well,
You know,
but there's
there's
no underdog here.
Well,
except Texas is an 11.
Okay.
So if they were to beat Purdue, then that would be an upset. Purdue right now, 7.5 point favorite.
Okay, Iowa's an underdog. They're a 1.5 point. You got Arkansas.
That's not really an underdog. 1.5.
Well, you can. Well, 1.5 might be a pickup. I would say that. But Arizona's a 7.5 point favorite over Arkansas.
Yeah,
who doesn't play any defense. Just
Do you
play
know?
along,
Do you know
Jimmy.
that for sure?
Well, I can tell Acuff, he's the great, one of the great matadors that's out there on the court. He can score.
He can.
But he's to the Steve Nash School of Defense.
Oh, Steve, I hope you're listening, Steve.
I look at this Thursday games. Purdue's really starting to play good basketball.
They are.
They really are. I think Texas has probably gone as far as they're going to go. So I think Purdue's. I'm pretty much like you. I'm chalk. But I look at this Nebraska. Nebraska's a 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
I'm not going with it. I like Iowa in this game. So not so much an underdog, but that to me is just a pick 'em.
Yeah,
look at it.
That's
I would just say
that's a pick 'em game.
But I like Iowa in that. In fact, I think I picked Iowa in that. The Arkansas-Arizona game.
Yes.
Arizona, 7.5 point favorite. They are steady Eddie. Arkansas, yeah, they're up, they're down, but they're playing good basketball. But that guy that coaches this Arkansas team,
John Calipari.
that's exactly right. He's that guy. How old is he, by the way? 71, 72?
Yeah, right in there.
Yeah. Hey, ASU fans. How old is he again, Jimmy? Calipari?
Yeah, he's up to 7.
Yeah, he's in the 70s. Okay, so it can get done. That one there is going to be, I think, one of the best litmus tests that U of A's had in this tournament. Yeah, they've had some great tests during the season. So I still like Arizona there. The Illinois-Houston game, Houston minus 3.5. I like Houston.
I do too.
I like Houston as far as
Well,
Now Illinois is playing good, solid basketball.
Yeah, but you know where they're playing this game? It's in
playing down
Houston. It is. It's
Yeah.
at the Toyota Center where the Rockets play. And so it's a home game. It's going to be a home game. And I know Fighting Illini fans will show up and try to get in. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of red in those stands.
So for me, I really believe that if I'm going to pick, if I was to pick my upset for that first day, I don't know if it's an upset. So really, it's almost a pick 'em. Would be Iowa. Over Nebraska.
Okay.
That's right. That would be that one from there.
All right.
And then Friday, we'll start it off with St. John's and Duke, Bama, Michigan, Michigan State, UConn, Tennessee, Iowa State.
Yeah.
So the Johnnies are a 6.5 point dog to Duke.
Correct.
Now, Duke they're slow starts, but they kind of kicked it in. The Boozer brothers are finally feeling it. But I don't see any. I don't think St. John upsets this Duke team. I think that they're feeling pretty good about themselves. They've survived. They have the first couple games.
Yeah.
And now here they are in the Sweet 16. Kind of feeling it. This game in D.C. So I mean that's kind of for St. John's, North Carolina. That's a good spot for both these teams as far as the fans are concerned.
The Alabama-Michigan game is really going to be a lot of fun because Alabama just jacks three-pointers after three-pointers. Michigan is a monster front line. They got a 7-footer, a 6'11 guy, and a 6'10 guy on that front line. They are going to pound it. Yeah, they're going to pound it. In fact, Manuch, I remember you watched Michigan play.
Yes.
This was several weeks ago.
I watched them play Michigan State.
Yes.
Now that was a hell of a game. But they had guys coming off the bench at 6'10.
Yes.
6'11, but they're big dudes. Now the only thing in watching that game, they pulled away from Michigan State. The last 5 minutes.
Late in the game.
Yeah. To your point, Bama shooters extraordinaire. They're not bashful. Let's say Michigan gets down by 10. Do they have the shooters to get back into the game?
They do have
Bama?
a couple of guards who shoot it pretty well, yes. However, if I'm Michigan, I'm pounding that ball down low early and often because you're going to get Bama players in foul trouble immediately. And you can jack all the threes that you want. You know, it'd be great if you could hit 50%. Probably is not going to happen. But if you got your players in foul trouble when you miss, then Michigan is going to get the rebound and go the other way.
Yeah,
so
Michigan.
I like Michigan
I
in
do
that
too.
game.
They're a 9.5 point favorite. By the way, you were talking about going back and forth. That's one of the highest over-unders in the Sweet 16.
It is.
175.5. Wow. So that could be a 92 to 88
easy
kind of game.
Yep.
Reference to that.
Yep.
Then you got Michigan State taking on UConn.
That's a great match.
And again, it looks like that's a pick 'em. UConn minus 1.5.
Yeah.
And the over-under only 136.5.
Defense.
Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Michigan State. I like that. Now, Dan Hurley, with his NCAA tournament savvy, prowess, winning a championship.
Yeah, but Tom Izzo has exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but
I'm not taking Dan Hurley over
no,
Tom
I'm
Izzo.
not. I'm just saying as far as recent success. So I just would see Michigan State. I like Michigan State in this one. And then this Tennessee-Iowa State game, ISU minus 4.5. I can't figure out who Tennessee is. I mean, they're up, they're down.
Yeah.
But Iowa State is just looking extremely good.
They are a lockdown defensive team that has players that can score, and they are hoping that they get their All-America player back, Jefferson, the forward. They are hoping that he is back for this game. He rolled his ankle in their past game.
Lads, what's the latest on Jefferson? Is he probable now?
Yeah, check him out and see
He's
what
still
they've said.
listed as questionable. I don't know how he's going to go.
I don't
He's in a
either.
walking boot. And if he's just going to be used as a decoy, he'll be a liability.
Could be,
defensively.
absolutely.
So I don't think Coach O would put him out there if he is any somewhat hurt whatsoever. But we'll have to see, because if Iowa State can force their point guard, and they only have one true point guard in Elliot Cadeau, they can force him on the ball and tire him out. Iowa State has a really, really good chance of not only going far, but beating Michigan down the road too.
Oh, I
So we'll
agree.
see.
I agree.
For me, Jimmy, I think that the Bama-Michigan game's the most intriguing on Friday. That's
Yes.
4:35 on
Yes.
TBS and True TV. That, for me to watch that is, the only thing is if it gets into a fast break, high tempo, up and down the court by Bama, now Michigan's got the athletes to do that.
They got athletes.
But do they have the shooters that can score to keep up
They
with
do.
Bama?
They do. And like I said, they will pound the rock inside and change the whole dynamic of that game. It's going to be a great weekend of college basketball, to be honest with you. I can't wait.
Alabama is getting hot at the right time. They score in rapid bunches.
They do.
And they actually are playing a lot better defense with Aiden Holloway out, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So if they can find a way to D up, they're going to be tough to stop.
By the way, how soon we forget about Holloway not being there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't skipped a beat.
I
In
mean-
fact, they may have gotten better.
Is he at the puff pass? Is that the term you use?
Puff, puff, pass.
Puff pass.
Puff, puff,
More than
pass.
two. You're Bogarting that.
That's it. Join. Yes, you are. God, we're bad, Manuch. We are bad.
Poor kid.
But
What
we're
a
funny.
knucklehead.
But we're funny.
Despite
Yes.
the mental irregularities of their starting point guard,
Oh,
that
man.
Bama is moving on.
All right, everybody. When we come back, Bob McManaman is going to join us. We'll have to ask him if he ever puff fast and see if he'll be honest with us on the show. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. It's time now for a ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
Now time for your Roc Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Arizona Diamondbacks are wrapping up spring training on a rough note, as it's currently the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs remaining, but it is 10-5 as they trail to the Cleveland Guardians. Well, Michael Soroka, made the start today as he started with just 1 inning. He gave up 4 earned runs, including the home run. Did not have a strikeout in any of his 3 last appearances. Over on the hardwood, the Phoenix Suns are getting ready to go back home tonight for a primetime matchup against Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 7 on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Catch all the March Madness action on DraftKings Sportsbooks at TPC Scottsdale. Experience our best game day atmosphere in town with wall-to-wall action and join us Monday, April 6th, as we broadcast live from 1 to 4. Coming up next, the guys are joined by AZ Central Sports columnist Bobby Mack.
Mania is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere, featuring Michelob Ultra all tournament long. Whether your bracket's still perfect or completely busted, Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the Callaway Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 26th through the 29th. The new Callaway Quantum drivers feature Tri-Force Space for a quantum leap in distance off the tee. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the Valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street and Indian School.
Hey, it's time to find that F-Series truck you want at a price you can't afford to miss because it is Ford Truck Month. Yep, and Ford Truck Month is about the only way that America's best-selling line of trucks for 49 years running gets better. Ford Truck Month at our Desert Ford dealers. Hey, Paul Calvise here. Man, we wait all year for these amazing offers. The Ford F-150. America counts on it. We get to drive it. And that's not all we get. Check out these savings. How about 0% APR for 60 months with zero down, zero payments for up to 90 days, plus $1,000 in truck month cash on a 2025 Ford F-150. We're talking on the job site, on the family camper, off-roading. F-150 trucks are icons of muscle and performance. And again, during Ford Truck Month, get 0% APR for 60 months with zero down, zero payments for up to 90 days, plus $1,000 in truck month cash on a 2025 Ford F-150. Put it all in. It's March 31st. Just click buyfordnow.com.
Let's go inside the Cards locker room and down to the field with Bob McManaman. Bob's been covering Arizona sports for the Arizona Republic and azcentral.com since 1981. Now, Arizona Republic columnist Bobby Mack on ESPN 620.
All right, he's here. We can't wait. It's always a good time when Bobby Mack joins us. You can follow Bob McManaman, of course, columnist for the Arizona Republic, at AZ Bobby Mack. That's at AZ Bobby Mack. Robert, welcome, pal. How's your day going?
Good. It's full of news and sports events, and I'm drowning in them, and I think I like it.
Okay, very cool.
Somebody's got to do it, Bob.
Yeah, might as well be you.
Do you pitch yourself once in a while going, I get to do this?
Yeah.
No.
spoken like a true scribe. That was great. All right.
Well, you're welcome.
Okay, so here's my question. I'm not a big mock draft guy, but a lot of fans are.
You're talking to the wrong guy. He's got like 25 of them.
I know he does. I always look at his, but I'm not a big mock draft guy. I'm being honest here.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah. So Field Yates at ESPN came out with.
Yeah, I read it.
Did you see it? Okay. So he
I
has.
it and I read it.
Okay. Good. So he had at number 3, Arbel Reese from Ohio State. But the thing I found interesting, Bobby, was that he had the Cardinals trading with the Buffalo Bills late in the first round to select quarterback Ty Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it. I think I mentioned it on the show before. I thought there was a chance maybe they could wheel and deal themselves back into it. And look, what's wrong with that?
I think it'd be a hell of a deal to get Ty Simpson and have a future.
You don't have to watch him.
No.
You know, the idea of having Jeremiah Love at 3 would have been perfect.
Sure.
Would have been the perfect landing spot. And then you get a transformational player, but they can't do that now because we signed all the running backs. Okay. Too bad. But Arbel Reese could be great. And then you don't have to rush Ty Simpson because you got 2, wheelchair-bound quarterbacks who can take care of him. Sure. Nothing wrong with wheelchair.
Nothing at all.
Nothing wrong with them.
You know, it's interesting when you look at a lot of the mock drafts that are out there, Cardinal-wise, either offensive lineman or defensive end, rush end, edge rusher. Not so much the nose tackles, though, per se, Bob. So
nose tackle.
Yeah. No, if they already got one, but if they only keep the 2 tackles and nose tackle healthy, that's another thing. But it seems like the edge guys are kind of, or safety, the kid out of Ohio State, seem to be the super du jour for the Cardinals.
Nose tackle. I'm still wrapping my head around that. You have my nose tackles from the Hall of Fame there.
Yeah, Curly Culp, one of those nose tackles. My good buddy Freddie Smirla should be in the Hall of Fame. Free technique kind of guy. Dan Salamulo of the Kansas City Chiefs for many, many years.
Well, no.
Well, they call it the 3 technique inside tackle. You get over the nose and the 3 technique.
You don't grab those at number 3, my friend. You just don't. You get them maybe in the 3rd, 4th, 8th round. In fact, you used to have 8th round or 12. I'm kidding. get a difference maker at number 3, playmaker, doesn't matter the position. The Cardinals can't mess this up. If they do, well, I won't be surprised. But if they draft a nose tackle, I'm going to be very mad.
Wow. Well, I think that, and the one thing you look at with some of these guys is as far as if they go to a 3-4 technique or a 4-3 technique, that 3-4 technique, yeah, and that's.
Well, I mean, it's the same defensive coordinator. I doubt he's going to switch it up.
Yeah, but it's interesting when you look at, Walter Nolan III, he can play that 3 technique or over the center. Yeah, that's his flexibility, but in the 4-3, and that's one thing with Rollis. They never really established whether they're 4-3 or 3-4. Like you
That's
see
the
some
beauty of it, I think.
Well, sometimes
he disguises stuff.
Yeah,
they don't even know what they're running. That's how disguising it is.
Well, when you looked at the Eagles winning that Super Bowl, their 4-3 front that would put pressure on that fine quarterback for the Chiefs on a consistent basis with 4-man rush. That's where that 4-3 really came into play. So to your point, I'm not really sure if he really knows or if it's a personnel situation in that scenario with who they draft, whether it's another edge rusher or another true defensive end.
And who said it has to be defensive? I mean, it could draft the tackle there, right?
Yeah, they could.
Look, they had.
There's nothing wrong with that in my book either.
They had great success with Paris Johnson. I think he's more lived up to what we had hoped for when they drafted him.
Yeah, and I think they could still trade down from that, do what they did and when they got Paris, as I've mentioned before, and then still get, Malagoa and still get Ty Simpson somehow and add, subtract, but add draft capital. So I just hope they don't screw it up.
Well, that's kind of the bottom line. we're hoping the same thing. I think the biggest thing for a lot of Cardinal fans is what I hear is with the individuals they've drafted, with the Robinson being available on all the time, Nolan the third being available, guys that they picked that can contribute. And it just seems that, Bob, that the guys they picked over the last 3 or 4 years, I mean, on the defensive side, number one, that can contribute.
Well, I'm waiting for Darius to still contribute.
Yes, exactly.
I'm still waiting for Nolan to really contribute, although I liked what I saw when we saw him, but it wasn't enough.
Right, yeah.
Bob, do you feel Zaven Collins is contributing enough now they move him to the outside, that strong side back?
Probably not. No, I don't.
Because I think this is one of those you can keep him on the cheap and extend him, but is he being to your, I guess, all our points, is he contributing enough to keep him on the roster?
Well, I don't want to play the GM this early in the afternoon.
Oh, I do. Trust me. After 3 cups of coffee, I'm ready to go.
Look, he's a super dude with super smarts that can do super things. I've just yet to see him do super things.
Serviceable, we call that, Bob.
I thought he might be a cap casualty myself. In some respects, I thought he might be trade bait. What he's got 5 sacks is his high. He does make a difference, but he doesn't make a Josh Sweat bit of difference.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
We should. We were. And he didn't get the sweetest extension, but he got a nice, sweet extension. And I thought it was relatively okay in terms of the price they paid, but I don't know if he's any kind of an answer long term here. He's been kind of long term, but everybody loves him. Like I said, he's super smart. He can do different things. He does disrupt when he plays. He just doesn't get it finished or make enough plays. He disrupts things, but he doesn't finish things as much as I think they thought he could.
So when are you putting out your next draft?
We got less than 4 weeks away, Bob.
I want to look at it.
Hey, I did one.
I know.
And,
saw that. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't remember who I picked. No, well, if you liked it, then you'll just have to wait for the next one.
Yeah,
They,
yeah. I think either, as I recollect, either.
this isn't like years ago when I had like 200 of them every year.
Yeah. But
I liked it.
But your theme, you had 25. I counted them 1 year. You had 25.
Well,
give or take.
But you know what? I was really proud of them. They usually did pretty good.
Yes. Well, I think you were online. You did a couple stretches here and there, but I thought they were reasonable picks.
Jimmy hates mock drafts. I stretch everything.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll try harder. If they ask me to do another one, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna offer it because I'm swamped with all sports in this town, guys. I just can't do everything all at once. Although it might make me win an Oscar.
Yes, it might. Yeah. You're Bob McManaman. Yeah. You're AZ Bobby Mack. You're the dude.
I'm an old AZ Bobby Mack.
By the way, what's your best as a reporter? Your best opening day in Major League Baseball as a reporter, and then your best as a non-reporter if you made an opening day as a youngster.
Wait, my best opening day what?
As a reporter, and your best opening day as just a fan.
Oh, well, I haven't been a fan in 100 years, so I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, so as a reporter, what was your best opening day, Mr. Diamondback?
I'm not Mr. Diamondback. Win Gonzalez. I don't have an opening day story. I love the bunting.
The bunting?
Cute.
Oh,
yeah, the like little drapey
the one thing that they use.
Here's what it is. It was watching the Reds open on TV.
Yes. Yeah.
Before everybody else because they were special.
Yeah.
And they got preferential treatment, and I thought that was totally fun. Big Red Machine was the team to watch back in the day.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, I don't have I'm nostalgic. It's about other stuff.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. If I had known this question was coming, I would have had a better answer prepared.
We're off the cuff over here, Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. We're off the cuff. I just there's just that one day. That one day that you were a reporter, you're going to, I don't care, wherever it was, bam, that you were there.
One day for most of my entire adult life.
You're the best. Yeah, you're the best.
Just keep
the next one.
Yeah. Just keep taking that Prevagen. That'll help you remember some of those great days that you had.
Yeah, you have to text me that because I don't know what you just said. Oh, Prevagen. Oh, the eggplant. What is that?
Whatever the stuff is, it's supposed to make you think better. Yeah.
Memory. Yeah, keeping that
memory care.
Yeah, memory care.
Yeah.
You guys really want me on that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. He uses it every day.
Daily. Are you kidding me?
He needs all the help he
keeps
can
me
get.
sharp as a tack.
Now with nose tackle questions, he's not.
No,
We
there you
called him
Perfect
34 front, nose tackle, pitch the nose tackle. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I thought you were a quarterback whisperer. What the hell do you know about that?
Yeah, really.
Oh, brother, trust me. I faced the fearsome foursome. Are you kidding me?
He's used to having fat guys lay on him.
And then the
wearing a clipboard and a ball cap.
And then the still curtain. My first snap versus LC Greenwood and Jack Lambert without any teeth right over 5 feet from me. You kidding me? I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I see that every day of my life.
Have a great day, pal.
Love you guys.
Okay, take care, Bob. That's Bob McManaman. The show just kind of runs off the rails when he comes on.
I would have thought that, like, you think if you're, as a reporter, your opening day, if you get a chance, if you're fortunate to go to opening day, you go, wow, man, remember that. Or as a kid, but growing up here, we didn't really have any Major League Baseball. We just had the Phoenix Giants, AAA, right here.
Yeah.
And if you could make those, get out of school, but that AAA started like 3 weeks after the season started. Major League. But we were 2 days after opening day. The Cardinals were in town for the Diamondbacks. I took my kid. That was just as fun. But yeah, I forgot about the bunting all the way around the stadium.
That's it. Yes, he remembers that right away.
I do remember the 1 year in 74, 75.
Yeah.
They didn't start with the Reds on NBC. They started with the Dodgers and the Braves because of Hank Aaron's chase to break Babe Ruth's record.
Yep. And he did.
And he did. Al Downing.
Man, he
Fastball.
served up a fat one right in the heart of the plate.
We call that home run high fastball.
Woo, man. Hey, Bobby's presented, as always, by All City Towing. It's Arizona's largest towing company, and whether if you're stranded or you need a professional transport, All City Towing has the experience to get the job done right. And by the way, they're available 24/7, and they're hiring drivers and dispatchers right now. You can join the winning team. Just go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com and search careers. It's All City Towing. When we come back, we'll do our one call, that's all, what's on tap, and get you caught up on our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Here's what's different about GCU. It's one of the country's biggest universities with over 360 programs shaped by industry leaders. GCU's campus ranks among the top in the nation. Most of all, GCU cares about affordability. The average federal and private loan debt for GCU undergrads is lower than the average for private nonprofit four-year universities. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At White Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WhiteToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WhiteToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WhiteToyota.com.
Have you ever been to Rodizo Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizo experience with our hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizo's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you'd like. Rodizo Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, the job works in your favor. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members buy more and save more on materials they rely on every day. Get up to 25% off select molding when you spend $1,000 or more, and up to 25% off Pergo Evercraft laminate flooring. Put Pro Savings Days to work for you. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit the Pro Desk or Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Hey folks, time spent on application may vary. Online questions are
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
I think you could kind of see it from the beginning of the year to now. I think a lot of people didn't really know, like, does he shoot? Is he like an energy guy? So I think people are like, we might figure that out now. Like, what are his strengths after seeing more of like a full year of games under my belt. Obviously, last year I only played like 30-some games, so there was a small sample size to that. But I think when people see you do it consistently, then you start to earn their respect, and people pay attention to it more, and then they kind of got to guard you certain ways, or they're more attentive to like the details and little things on the scouting report, like you said. So I think that comes with just the more people get to know you, the more you're in the league, the more games you play. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, but I want to keep getting better. I want to continue to just rise up the scouting report and whatever it may be, whatever it takes to win.
That is the Suns' Colin Gillespie. I'm going to tell you what you are then right now, Colin. You're an NBA point guard. An NBA point guard. Let that sink in because you have earned it and you deserve everything that is taking place right now in your basketball career. That is good enough for our one call. That's all. Lerner and Rowe in a check or in a wreck. Need a check. Or if you need a check and get in a wreck, you can still call Lerner and Rowe 602-977-1900. Again, that's Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. What's on tap tonight? There is NBA basketball. Denver Nuggets in town against the Suns. You can hear it, 98.7 FM. That is our sister station, Arizona Sports. It's also available on NBC and Peacock. Later tip tonight. Manuch, you going to be awake at 8 o'clock tonight?
Absolutely.
I'm
You
just
kidding
checking.
me?
Just checking.
Get that those workouts in, get that dinner, take that half-hour nap, get rejuvenated, watch the game, get on that document, get the show ready for Mañana. So we'll be
Okay,
ready.
fair enough. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. You can call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection before the leaks hit. Keep your roof sexy. With State 48 Roofing, you can go online, state48roofing.com. That's state48roofing.com, or go old school and you can call them at 480-268-4509. All
right, here's the question. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on X or @Roc and Manuch on Instagram. Out of the current injured Suns players, who will play a bigger role once back in the lineup or off the bench? Is it 1, Dylan the Villain Brooks, 2, Royce O'Neal, 3, Grayson Allen, or 4, Mark Williams? Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on X or Instagram. And by the way, they are all out for tonight's game. Jimmy B, which way did you vote?
Can you repeat that again?
And by the way, they are all out for the game. That's right. You got 3 on 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going with Dylan Brooks. For me, this team plays a different style when he is in the game, and he is so important for the Suns to really be effective when he is on the court.
Yeah, I'll second the motion there. I think Dylan Brooks is that guy, the energy, the effort, the physicality. He just brings that juice, if you will, to the lineup. It was kind of marinating with Grayson Allen, but I just think that Grayson, he's a hell of a shooter. He's great defense.
Yep.
Does a great job. But the guy that's needed more, I think, from the energy or the you ain't so bad kind of mentality is Dylan the Villain Brooks. Connor, which way did you guys go? And which way did our peeps go?
I ended up going in the way of Mark Williams just because I think we all know what Dylan Brooks brings to the lineup. But Mark Williams kind of brings that added element of having a big man down low that you can trust. He plays a little bit of offense, plays a little bit of defense, and that's just somewhere where I believe they lads.
Lads?
I think Dylan Brooks, just the toughness he brings on and off the court. I think Dylan Brooks for me.
Which way do our peeps go there, big fella?
It looks like the peeps are agreeing with you guys and lads. We have 100% going with Dylan Brooks so far.
Okay, fair enough. Manuch, what's coming up tomorrow?
Mañana, we're going to have Tim Kempton join us, talk about tonight's game, the Suns radio analyst. Barry Bloomski from Forbes, talk about some of the major league games that'll be going on. They have the campus quickies, ASU, U of A, NAU, and then Mike Agris, the former head coach of the NAU Lumberjacks, talking about the Sweet 16, getting his thoughts on who he feels might be an upset waiting to happen before the Elite Eight.
Thank you guys once again. Mediocre at best. However, Manuch and I decided that we have upped the ante, and you have gone from